Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Hey, Daddy, this is dollar beat.
BoxingVoice.com.
No matter what nobody say, man. Spirit, can't nobody fuck with me, man. You know, I can't be fucked with, you know.
Dollar D Beyonce Productions.
Whether you pay to see me win, or you pay to see me lose, you're gonna pay. Fuck it, the kids still gotta eat. I don't have to watch, you know, any footage of a fighter. I mean, because I'm Floyd Mayweather, everybody gotta watch me. I knew eventually I was gonna have to fight Oscar. I feel like he was straight up and down, no special effects.
BoxingVoice.com.
How can Canelo have the biggest deal? Your deal is for $300 million, and I made $350 million just in one fight. And you're fighting on an app.
BoxingVoice.com.
I'm a king, okay? I eat a feast. Every time I eat a feast. And when I get up from the table, I don't give a fuck who get the leftovers. At the end of the day, follow my green print.
Dollar D Beyonce Productions.
BoxingVoice.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Sunday edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. It's definitely Crow Day, but I guess there'll be a little more emphasis on Crow, on who's winning and losing going around, as our first month on our Fantasy Pick'em League is come to an end. And we got our first monthly winners for both the Pro and the Amateur League already selected. So we will be trying to give those guys an opportunity to, brag on air. As they are the Grand Master Picker for this week, both in the amateur and in the pro league, man. So big shout out to Carlitos in the UK and real Naija Chick in the UK. They dominated both amateur and pro league. So America, step it up. All that back and forth American jibber jabber that you guys got going on with the UK, and you couldn't even win on either league.
Coming to America.
You let them get the pot on the pro, and you letting them get the bragging rights on the amateur level. But
Sweet Caroline.
We are going to be talking the Fantasy Pick'em League and everything that it has to do with that league for the first couple of minutes. So, Midday, what up?
Yo, what up, Ness? What up, Do Me, Mario, and UK, stand up. Stand up. Like, how does that song go again? Like, who's got the formula? Hey,
It's definitely not that song.
UK's got the formula. I ain't got no soundboard, but I thought like Ness had it like on cue, but like I knew. But I think you opened it right. Like, this is the end of the month. Officially in the UK, this is 31st of August. You gotta wait until tomorrow to be the 31st, but we're already there, right? Carlitos in the Pro League. He topped the league with, I believe it's 26 points, right? So let me give you a little bit of perspective on everything and the numbers, right? So we started, this month included a total of 33 picks. And for Carlito to top the Pro League and become like the first winner of the monthly pick and competition, he got 26 points. And he's the only one at the top, so he doesn't have to share his prize with anyone, right? So it was like a close affair. I want to give a shout out to Christian Camejo, who was also like in the lead all the way up to the last minute. Brandon Maurice as well was in contention. So
let's go, champ. You feel me?
Carlito did his thing, and the Pro League champion for August is him. So remember, everyone, like we reset the Pro League. So as of tomorrow, everyone like who is willing to take part in a pro league competition for September will start on 0 points in a pro league, and then we're gonna just present you with a series of fights between now and the end of the month, and then we're gonna accumulate the points as long as you make the payment for the week. So just a reminder, payment for the week is a $5 entry fee per week in the pro league. So if it's a 4-week month, then you're gonna have like $20 spent, and you can be in to get like a price that is quite interesting, depending on like how many people we've got in the list in the league. So that's where we stand. Remember, when you make your payments, like one thing that I want to make clear for everyone, make your payments to @NestGTO on Cash App. This is a $5 payment, or you can decide to just go straight in and just put like a $20 payment for the full month. If you decide to use PayPal, make sure you use like the friends and family, because otherwise, there's like taxation that goes on top of that, and $5 is not exactly $5. So your points might not be counted if we don't receive the full $5 basically. Same thing with exchange rates and all that, but that's impacting Nest more than anything, right? So
I'll tell you, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just put my 20 in early because I'm gonna win it back anyway. This was a fluke month for me. I gotta learn how to manage my battle bars work with my pick 'em work. But I get y'all this week. All right, I gave y'all this.
Champ, let me tell you something.
Well, we don't believe you. You need more
people.
You were one of the main guys talking how, you're this guru and you get it right.
Let me tell you all like who the real guru is. Like, so we were talking about like the paid pro league, but like we're not leaving anyone out, right? If you ain't got the $20, or if gambling, not gambling, but if paying for picks and stuff like that is not your thing, no problem. You can take part in the amateur league. It's like open to everyone. And right now, like we said, UK got the formula. So real Naija Chick is the only one at the top, right? She's got 29 picks right out of 33. And she's in number 1, right? So that's quite impressive. So that I think deserves a shout out.
How many
right?
picks?
So
How many picks?
The crazy thing is that she's got.
Wow.
Yo, the crazy thing
How long
is.
she been part of the mob?
Yo, the crazy thing is that she's got more points than the Pro League winner. Pro League winner.
What? Yeah.
Pro League winner only got 26 points to get it right. Meanwhile, I got 24. Not Mario. Not Mario.
Listen, she's not the only one in that situation. So that what Ness is just, basically pointing out that if real Naija Chick, for whatever the reason is, like she decided not to take part in a pro league, but if she wanted to, she would have won the league. Same thing. Shout out, I think, to Trey, and I believe it's Trey Miller in the chat, and Mr. Arder. Those two would have also won the pro league if they decided to take part in a pro league.
So if one of them had put in they would have won the.
Yeah, because they got they got 27 points, those two, and then like Carlitos won it with 26 points, right? So you know what I mean. Like, so and that's the thing, man.
Technically speaking, Carlito only won because of a technicality.
What technicality was that?
Or let's say like Carlito was the only brave one to back his picks, right? That's not a technicality, man.
The technicality was that Mr. Adore or someone else who was ahead of him in points didn't sign up.
That's it. Trey, Mr. Adore, and real Naija Chick. But hey, same thing again, like, to give everyone the opportunity to get like some shine on the amateur league. The amateur league, like, we accumulate points until the end of the year, but what we decided to do also is to give like an MVP award for bragging right per month also. So the MVP for August obviously is real Naija Chick, but then for September start fresh as well, right? So if you accumulate like more points in September and you're not part of the Pro League, you also have the chance to be shout out as the MVP for the month of September, which means that you would have accumulated the most points for September as well. So every month we're gonna keep it rolling like that. Make sure we keep everyone interested, man. But I don't know, like yes, you wanted to bring like I don't think we got Carlito. I reached out to him.
Yeah,
to
I
see if we
reached
could.
out to Carlito too, but I know
Yeah.
we got Naija trying to get on. We're just waiting for Skype to get together.
All right. So when she gets on, I mean,
Yeah.
we can give her like a little platform, maybe just to share some
Yeah.
tips. Also, I see a lot of people asking her
I
what's
want
the
to know what's in
formula.
that head. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
I need to know,
Yo,
Naija.
I do need to know which ones I got wrong because I'm looking at Carlito and Naija like, how they get ahead of me? What did I not pick right?
I know that's what I want. I swear because and here's the thing. It's hard because the platform for this is so new. Like boxing pick'ems aren't like really super big yet and they've gotten better over time. But like NFL, like you do NFL pick'ems, they got websites where you can have the spreadsheets, they do all the games, you could see who picked who. Like you know what I'm saying?
More
Like
perks for the pick.
Yeah.
But
So
it's
listen.
it's just more like not structure. That's a bad word. More like I don't know. The interface is better. Everything about it is just more developed.
Accessibility.
Absolutely, but I won't even like put it down on our side. Like it's impressive.
Oh no,
like,
not at all. Not at all.
Like
we don't
ju-
have
just-
those means. We don't have those means.
just to give you some perspective, also, like there was 115 patrons that took part in the league in general, in the amateur league, for this month, right? So 150 people, 15 people decided to play and take their picks and stuff like that. So that's impressive. Like just imagine, right? Imagine if everyone decided to go into the Pro League.
Yeah,
That
that would
makes
have
that
been
that makes
a
like
mess.
no, I mean that would have been a mess, but that would have also been like a good thing for our platform,
no,
and
yeah,
for the winners also. For the
It
winners,
would have
like
just
to
been
know that
like
we would have had like more means and resources to offer them like a better gift because the value of the gift would have been more interesting. And I want to shout out to Ness already. I think Ness already just like thinking of how to send a gift to Carlitos, right? So I think like I don't know if you already put the hoodie in the post for Carlitos, Ness, but like we're quite prompt with giving you the award for your win as well. So that's like that's another thing for you
That's
guys
why
to keep in
Carlito
mind.
not available. He outspending, man. He on a shopping spree.
On a shopping spree. There you go, man.
Yo.
Yeah.
All I know is this month is my birthday month. And if y'all think I'm losing on my birthday month, y'all are
September
tripping.
status.
I got slaughtered. I'll admit it. I took my eyes off of the prize. You know, I didn't come as equipped as I should have been. No excuses. That's on me.
Sounds
but
like excuses, bro.
Nah, it ain't. Listen, you know what? I'm not gonna talk again until September 30th, which is my birthday, and Mitty will announce live on air who won. It'll be me, and then Ness won't have a word to say. So it's all good.
Wait.
Don't say things
When's
like
your
that.
birthday?
30th
September 30th?
September.
That's my birthday.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, right. You're lying.
Look at them smiling at each other
He's
now.
lying, bro.
They're
You're lying, bro.
smiling. Look, they're smiling. For real?
Are you guys serious?
For real?
I'm not trolling you, bro.
Swear, bro?
Oh, Ibra status, champ.
Damn.
Yo, Ness don't even know when your birthday is. He's like,
he knows, bro.
No, it's not
listen
really
up,
his
like
birthday. That's his birthday. Damn.
September
That's
30th.
what's
That's
up.
I
I
don't-
can't
no.
believe
the
it took
first
this long
person
to
I
figure
meet
it out.
that has my birthday.
Whilst
Yeah.
we're waiting for
Real
Skype to
Naija
accept
Chick,
callers
you
and
can
all that.
call in. Everything is ready for Carlito and Naija.
Yeah, Carlito won't make it, but if Naija, if you want to call in, we'll give you like
He
a
out there
quick
spending that money.
interview.
That's why Carlito out there spending that money already.
Yeah, no, but like, I mean, shout out to him, man. Like, he did his thing. He took the risk, and that's what he is. You
said
get
he
the
sent
rewards,
you-
man.
I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.
He said he sent you he said, yo, I sent Coach Mitty a prepared statement. It's too late in the UK.
Yeah, he said that. He said
true.
like
It's 12:30.
he wants to thank his fan. He wants to thank like the chat and all the US people in the chat. He wants to remind them that he got the formula and it from the UK, man. So that's it. He kept it short and sweet. Enjoy your winnings, my friend. And let's see if we can just do it again in September.
All right. Well, looks like we got.
Let me get to the couple super chats real quick. TJ says Postal won by at least rounds, but Bob want Mex champ. Laughing emoji.
Looks like we got real Naija Chick, who is the winner in the amateur league, and she only had 5 more points than me. It's not that much.
Woo! Let's go, champ. You feel me?
She was only at 29. I think I was at 25 or 24, something like that. Unlike Mario, Mario claims to know so much.
Why don't you stop? Why don't you just stop?
Bruh, because you were like 22.
Leave it alone.
You were like 22. I wish I could be 22 again. Naija, what up?
Hey guys, I'm good. How y'all doing?
I'm good, but we going straight into questioning.
Well.
Straight into questioning. As the amateur champ, do you regret not turning pro, having such a great amateur career in August?
Do you know what? I think I regretted it from the end of the first week, and it was my mistake. I misunderstood the prize. But yeah, no, it's fine. It is what it is. But I still like the fact that I have bragging rights. It's nice to have a female at the top, No offense, Mario.
No.
I think what we all want to know is how does it feel to beat Ness?
Whatever. It wasn't about me.
Do you know what? It wasn't about Ness. It was actually about Mario, but, that aside. How did I do it? I think it's Coach B-Day. Like, when you guys do your weekly Thursday calls and you analyze the fights, he brings a different angle to it that that helps me get a better understanding of how to make picks. And so what I do is I take what all you panelists have said, and then I do my own research. And I almost apply a casual point of view to each fight. So I don't go in with strong views on any particular fighter. I do the legwork. Like if you take the Team Zoo fight, for example, I heard all the panelists talking about, Jeff Horn is this big dog. He's got all this experience. And, you guys don't know Team Zoo and you don't think he can do it. And for me, I was like, I didn't want to discount Tim. I just wanted to look at his fights. I had a look at other fighters that he had, other opponents he had in the past that had a similar style to Horn. So if you take the Camilleri fight, for example, where Camilleri was, coming forward, trying to put pressure, but every time he did that, Tim always found a way to smother his work, and he would use his angles. I mean, the one thing he kept doing that I didn't like was coming back with his chin up. But then I thought to myself, I don't think Horn's got it in him to be able to beat him just on that alone. So I decided to pick against the panelists. I decided to go with my head rather than my heart, and it paid off. And I think it was the same thing for a few of the other fights, like the Rachel Ball fight with Shannon Courtney. I'd seen Rachel Ball fight, what's her name? Katerina Sanders, I think she's called. And Rachel was a wave fighter, and her performance was just amazing. I thought to myself, if she can make it a tricky fight for Katerina, there's no way she's not beating Shannon. I wasn't expecting a knockdown, but it was a good fight. And it was another one that I think I picked against what the panelists were advising. But most of the time when I don't know the fighter or I don't have any tape on them, I listen to you guys and I pick based on what you say. So, yeah. It's not hard, really. I just listen to you guys.
What do you think was the toughest fight?
She's being modest
real
right now.
Real quick. What do you think was your toughest fight to pick?
Good question.
The toughest fight to pick, probably 3 of the fights that were cancelled on the last yesterday. So I think the Deshaun Webster and Selwan Safar. I went in picking Selwan Safar. I didn't know anything about them, couldn't find tape. It wasn't a fun one for me, but I was glad when it got cancelled because I think you guys would have beat me on that one if the fight went ahead. The other one that I struggled with was actually Edwards against Asamba. So I was flip-flopping between the both of them for a while. And the only reason was I heard from someone that was close to Samba's camp that he was coming and he was going to bring the heat. And I thought, okay, well, if he's going to do that and put enough pressure on Edwards, maybe he can take it. So initially I'd picked Samba, but then I listened to the Thursday show, and the way Coach Mide just analyzed it and broke it down, I thought to myself, maybe that's a bad pick. And I switched it at the last minute. And I was lucky that I switched it. Otherwise, I would have lost points on that one as well. So, yeah, I think that's it.
So I mean, you do watch a lot of boxing, right? That's what I heard. Well, I know you, right? So I know that you do watch a lot of boxing, and you know fighters in the UK also. So how much of the insights of some of those fighters? I'm sure you're reaching out to coaches and fighters and all that. How much does that play a role into it? And I'm just asking that so that people in the chat can see that being involved in a sport will pay off, right? Just watching a lot and talking to people, basically.
Yeah, so that actually factored in a lot. The fights I think I was probably the picks I was most impressed with were the picks where I really did the legwork. And I think I talked about the Team Zoo fights already. For me, that one for me was the most impressive because every single coach that I spoke to before the fight picked Horn, not Zoo. And that was just me literally doing film study. So I like to do film study on a lot of fighters. And just the other part, that's the other side to this whole pick and league that I really enjoy because it gives me set fighters to look into. I try to review fights where the person has gone against an opponent with a similar style, so that helps me narrow down the field, the study field. But yeah, it's fun. I speak to a lot of coaches and just people in the sport to just get their views. I like to listen to people analyze and explain their rationale for picking for their picks. And what I find is a lot of people will explain it, they'll break it down and they'll tell you what they think is going to happen, but ultimately they always go with their heart. I'm not that invested in these boxers. I'm relatively new to the sport in my view. I mean, I started boxing in 2016. Prior to that, I never really watched boxing like that. I never really did film study on boxing like that. It's only in the past 4 years that I started doing film study. And I know I still have a lot to learn. So I never take that for granted, right? I always want to listen when people are talking. I listen to a lot of boxing podcasts, but with you guys, every single show, even when I'm not in the chat, I am listening every time because I just like the way you guys break it down. And I think for next month, Mario, this one is for you. For next month, when you go in to do your picks, just don't pick with your heart. Always pick with your head. Don't pick with your heart, and you'll get it. Because when you guys break it down, you actually make sense. And I get it.
Not Mario. He flip-flopped.
She said
you actually said that
earlier,
and I was gonna say, yo, that's a really good piece of advice. That resonates a lot. And it's not about picking with the heart, more like wanting to be right and forcing it in your mind. So it's for me, it's more pride than heart. You know what I'm saying? So I think if I just leave them both out, it would have helped me this week or this
Mario,
month.
I think less talking, more doing, because I'm just saying, no, the words are like a metaphorical shovel. You came in and you were like, yo, I'm so nice. And it's like,
oh, I had that pro experience. I thought it was gonna resonate. It didn't. What can I say? I feel like an idiot.
I don't know. I seen Trey saying you had 15 points. I didn't know it was that bad, man.
He's got 15 in the pro league because he decided not to pay for the last week to accumulate his points.
Oh wait, so he's a dropout.
Stop it!
He's being strategic, right? He realized in the last week that it was too far out, right?
So Mario is one of the guys who Mario is one of the guys who looked at Naija and Carlitos was like, oh, they just too far.
Yeah, he said it's too far. It's not worth putting some more money into it.
Oh wow.
But I think he ended up with 20 or something like that.
I just want y'all to know. I just want you to know, Naija, listen. I'm glad it happened exactly the way that it happened so that everybody could come on their A game next month because I didn't take it serious. Mitty got to ask me, Mitty, how many times do you got to ask for the results?
Here we go.
All right, watch this. Mitty gotta ask. He's gotta ask for the results numerous times. He's gotta ask me to post it numerous times. And I myself, as the administrator, didn't pick 2 fights. I didn't pick the Zoo fight, but I knew I was gonna get it wrong. I was gonna go with Horn. Like I was convinced. I wasn't trying to convince. I was convinced. So I was gonna pick Horn, and then the Crocker fight I didn't get to pick. But that's me missing 2 picks and not taking it serious. I'm coming is all I'm saying. Naija, you ain't even that far. You ain't even that far to be acting all like you right there.
Bro, like,
yeah,
it's 5 points.
I missed like
it's 5
7
points.
like
It's a whole 5 points.
I don't know if it's 5. I'm not sure if it's 5.
Let me tell you, right? Let me tell you. I think that 5.4 point. It's a lot because you know that on those cards, there are a lot of like mismatches on those cards, right? So in every single promoter cards, you maybe have like one fight where it could go either way. Otherwise, the rest of the fight, the house fighter is gonna win, man. They're setting up their fighters, so that's a lot of sport. That's a lot of points to claw back. I mean, the good thing is that we reset. We start from 0 in September, so that's all good.
Not September is gonna get harder. We got Danny Earl. Danny Earl's in that.
Yeah,
month.
but that's one of the 50-50. That's one of the fight where you're gonna see differences, right? So you're gonna see people going for one side. You're gonna see separations in terms of the points. But then, depending on the other fights that we have, if everything is like A side heavy with like mismatches, then you ain't getting no separation in the points. That's what I mean.
Yeah, now you gotta get it right, man. Listen, Naija did a thing. That Zoo pick was impressive. Not only that, because it wasn't a robbery. Like, the dude really beat up Horn, man. So that was good. I was, it's funny. You were nervous about the Deshaun. I thought the Sweden dude was gonna win too. I picked the Sweden dude, but the fight got canceled. So we would have seen.
Yeah.
I still want to see that result now.
So that fight was one where I just couldn't find any tape. I wasn't able to do any homework apart from reading up on what other on what the blogs and stuff were saying about the fight. I couldn't do any personal assessment myself. So for me, it's going to be a risky pick. Any pick where I can't do the legwork myself will always be a risky pick. Especially when, I think on the Thursday, you guys didn't really talk too much about the both of them. Like, there wasn't really that much analysis done on both of them. I'm like, I have absolutely nothing to go on here. But yeah, I was glad when it was cancelled.
Damn. Yo, I don't know. Like, would Dominique have scored this many points? Did Naija just crush Dominique?
Is she a patron? I can tell you where she is in the league. Is she a patron, Dominique?
She is a patron, but I don't think she even participated. She's busy. But I'm just saying.
I'm sure
like
she would have
Naija
crushed her.
might be a little bit more
She says
knowledgeable.
Ohio. She picks Ohio. That's all.
The
Man.
boxing.
It sounds like Naija might be a little bit more knowledgeable, and plus, she's been in the ring and all that. I don't know.
So honestly, I don't think I'm more knowledgeable than anyone. Like, honestly, it's literally just been me doing the homework and actually listening to you guys.
Yo, we need a new
champ.
We need a new UK champ, man. We need someone who's brash and who's gonna say, "Yeah, I'm more knowledgeable."
Yeah. She's
away, man.
She's like a female AJ right here.
You guys need to remember, right? This month
we had,
I think we had like 3 female fights on the card, and for those 3 female fights, I think I was spot on with all those 3. If we didn't have those 3 on the card, I don't think I would have had as many points.
You picked McCaskill as well?
I picked McCaskill. Standard.
Man.
Look,
damn.
I had to pick McCaskill because
too.
I saw
Mario.
the
Mario
I saw Breakers fight. No, I saw Breakers fight Kayla Reese. This was even before the McCaskill fight was scheduled.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, do you know what? There is a style here that can beat McCaskill. You just need to be a bit more aggressive with it and throw your counters and be more intentional with your shots. And you can literally, she's beatable. I remember watching it and telling Coach Midi, like, firstly, I thought Kayla Reese was robbed. He didn't think so, but I thought she was.
Versus Breakers.
Then I said, versus Breakers.
Me too. You talking about, wasn't that on the undercard of the Gennady fight with Vanez?
No.
I cannot
No,
remember.
Yeah, that was
on a
I
small
literally
show.
I searched
That,
it out on the net. I can't remember exactly what card it was
no,
on.
that was on a small show. That wasn't on a Gennady undercard. We watched it on a small show.
You talking about Kylie Reese versus Breakers, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it
Yes.
was. I'm telling you.
I don't think it was. It was like some weird promotion show.
But anyway, her performance in that fight literally just showed me the formula to beat her. And then when I heard about McCaskill going in, I'm like, yeah, McCaskill can do more than what because McCaskill basically brings in the aggressive side to Kayla Reese's style of fighting, which is very nice. And again, I saw McCaskill fight Katie Taylor in 2017. I was in your call, and I was buzzing because I'd never seen an opponent bring the fight to Katie like that. Like, Katie had to adjust her style as the fight went on, and that's the only way she was able to beat McCaskill in that fight. I thought it was a convincing win. Obviously, some people didn't think that, but I thought it was a convincing win. I thought to myself, there's no way. I can't see Breakers doing what Taylor did that night. The way she used the angles, the way she moved out of the way, like she didn't really want to engage her that much. Like, just box a move and get out of the way. I can't see Breakers doing that. So for me, I was just 100% convinced that McCaskill was going to win that fight. And I think I remember saying I don't know if it was Coach I said it to, but I remember saying, for me, it felt like a changing of the guard type of fight. Like, she has had all these belts for so long. She needs to pass it on to someone else. And who better than McCaskill, right? Yeah. And you heard what she said after the fight. Like, I know you're going to look after it. Like, it was the right time. And it was an easy pick for me, that one.
That Cal Reese and Baracus was StubHub, and it was the undercard of Gennady versus Vanez. Yeah, I was there. I was live. That's exactly the same reason I even said it on the Thursday, like why I was picking against Baracus was that fight. I feel Reese won that fight that night. They robbed her, and when I seen that, and I know Reese has been around the block, you know what I mean? She hasn't gotten the luxury to have a career in the fashion of a Katie Taylor, let alone a McCaskill, right? Like, McCaskill is grinded herself, but she still has had an easier path than Reese. So I knew it. And then Baracus, look, I mean, I know people get upset, but she really looks older than her age, man. Like, she's like 38, but she looks older. And that just kept playing in my mind. Like, this girl ain't going to be able to hang. And she didn't. She couldn't. It was too much. But, Naija, man, want to thank you, obviously, for participating, calling in, and gloating. Hopefully now you can show everybody, right? You can continue to be the motivation. I mean, pretty soon they're going to get jealous. But I'm sure if they see you now go from amateur to pro and conquer, they might get some confidence themselves, but then again, they might be scratching themselves like, damn, if I actually join, I got to go against her.
Yeah, but Ness, the one thing I would say though, I'm never gonna deny this. Credit to Coach Mayday, because I used him as a sounding board. I would always ask questions and he would always answer. So thank you, Coach, for the advice. It really came in handy. Thank you.
Yo, so what
No
position
problem.
you
If
in,
you go in a
Coach?
pro league, I take 30% standard.
Coach, so you wasn't in any position?
No, I was like, I think I'm third on the amateur league. Like, I got 26 points or something like that. Yeah. No, 26 points. I would have been first in a pro league, right? So.
26 points? Wow.
Yeah. Like the fights that really did me dirty was this week. Like Team Zoo.
I see you
Team
there.
Zoo and freaking Louis Grain, right? I had him winning against Croker.
Oh, wow. You were right. You literally had the same amount of points as Carlitos and in the same position as Carlitos.
Yeah, man. But it's all good, man. Like, this is fighting, man.
So,
this is what happens.
So, wait a minute. So, if you would have been in the paid league, you guys would have had to split?
Yeah, we would have had to split. Like, so, and that's the one thing. Like, whenever you have, like, multiple winners in the pay league, you get like a share. You get to share the prize equally amongst all the winners. So 2 winners would have been split in 2, obviously, and however many winners you have, you split equally, right? So.
Okay, well, wow. You were only what? Were you technically speaking? He was only 2 points away from Ness, the truth. Just to put everything into perspective, nobody's that far. The only one that's lost in the sauce is Mario at 15. Damn.
Bro, he already told you I was 15. Quit false narratives.
Shout out to Super Max, who thinks he's so good with 9.
Did you read his super chat?
I ain't reading that. But
because he said he put a super chat. He wanted it to be read before Real Naija went off. But I don't see anything.
He says, congrats and major props to Naija on winning the month of August. Now, if we can get her to judge Border Wars fights right, we'll be good.
Ooh,
laughing out loud emoji, winking emoji, joke. And he put
I thought he was going to ask for the digits, man. Damn.
Yo, we got George Foster from the UK who says, hashtag the UK voice, congrats, with a celebration emoji. And TJ says, Postal won by least rounds, but Bob won Mexican champ.
Yeah, I think you read that.
All right. Postal won. I don't know what he means by that. I don't know. But let's get into some boxing. Naija, gonna thank you again. Let's take it right from the top. Who do we have up first? What's on the actual docket here, right?
It's gotta be that. It's gotta be Postal, right?
Yeah,
Postal
I'm pretty
Ramirez.
sure.
Yeah.
Jose Ramirez squeaks away with a majority decision over Victor Postol, and for some reason Mario spelled the common spell. Is Taylor foaming at the mouth to get this done is the question to the public and the panel. I'm going to say, in my opinion, Postol did not squeak by any decision. I think that Postol did enough to get the win. I had him winning 116-112 on my scorecard. I see a lot of the whole, it was a robbery or, it was the wrong decision going. I just want to know what's people's scorecard. We see a lot of that, but did you score it or did you just watch the fight?
I think you misspoke, Ness. If I heard you correctly, you said you thought Postal won, but I think you thought Ramirez won, right?
Definitely thought Ramirez won.
Yeah.
We scored it.
Yeah, I heard you say Postal too, but
my bad.
I knew what you were saying.
That was
exactly. I knew too, so I just wanted to make sure.
Definitely a mistake. I don't know what Josh Teller. Let's just read what Josh Teller said. He's the one, I guess. And look, do you put stock into what he said, or is he just teasing Ramirez because they're a future opponent? And he says, outstanding performance from Postal. Ramirez, not so much. Thinking emoji, thumbs down emoji, but a fist dap emoji. So it's like, I'm just teasing, mate. You know what I mean? That's how I took. Because, if you thought I was garbage, we'll just end it with a thumbs down. Why you, want to end it with a dapping so that we could, touch hands and it's, no, I'm just talking.
See,
get out
here's the thing real quick.
Take the shot.
I have always taken the fist dap, and maybe I'm wrong, but I've always taken the fist dap on social media from fighters as a punch. You know what I'm saying? I've always thought I felt like they don't use it as a dap. They use it as a punch a lot of times. So I don't know. I don't know.
They should give a glove then. There's a glove emoji for a punch. You know what I mean?
Damn, you're right.
Unless they're going
that was
bare
the
knuckle.
stupidest shit I ever thought. Yo, I've been thinking that for years. Every time I see the dap from a fighter, I'm like, oh, they saying they want to punch that guy.
Yo, I don't know what he's talking about either. But I can tell you personally.
Shout out to Ryan. I seen you talking to him in the chat. He already submitted for this month. First guy to submit.
Yeah. But on the Postol Ramirez fight, I think Postol did well, but that was never gonna be in question, right? He was gonna be a good boxer and all that, and he was going to use his jab correctly, which is what he did. And his straight shot specifically would be better than Ramirez shot because Ramirez likes to come from different type of angle and use his hooks. But personally, I scored it pretty wide to Ramirez because all the rounds may have been close, but Ramirez was hurting Postol in a lot of those rounds. And it was really putting him on the back foot. It wasn't that, Postol decided, hey, I'm going to go for a walk because I want to go for a walk. He had to go for a walk. And it wasn't like he was thinking about, I want to send you this way or this way. It was just literally having to react a lot to what Ramirez was doing. So Ramirez was putting a hell of a lot of effective pressure on him. And when he was touching him up, it was hurting him big time. So to me, that was a wide decision for Ramirez. I think my card was 117, 111. I can agree with the 116, 112 card, to be honest. So maybe give another round to Postol. But that's my assessment basically. And the only guy in that fight that was several times hurt and quite bad was definitely Postol, right? And it was not just one round. It was at least in 3 separate rounds where he was on the brink and he had to run,
Yeah. Jose came out from the gate like a pit bull, man, and he kept the pace right, and he never let Postol settle into that long distance, long range boxing. Even though at times he was successful, I liked at times that he had that 1-1-2. And he kept it at the end of the punches, and at times I was like, damn, he's gonna start boxing, and Ramirez is gonna start trying to reach in, but no problem, man. Jose Ramirez just kept the pressure.
Listen, let me tell y'all what happened last night. Okay, we saw two fighters that were supposed to fight since February finally get into the ring. Now, what happened in between that time is you had talks of Ramirez fighting Taylor in this unification. We had him on once or twice, right? We had Robert Garcia on once or twice. The conversation was always Ramirez, Taylor. Postol was supposed to be this guy that, it was kind of like an afterthought is what it became. When before that, people were saying Postol was going to be one of the best fighters he ever fought. It was, it had much more on the line. But as months went on and we start hearing his name tied with Crawford and ESPN did that whole thing with him and Max Boxing showcased the road to Ramirez, Crawford, and all that. You had this afterthought of a fight in Postol. So what we ended up seeing last night was the kind of fight that, we initially thought we were going to see is a good competitive fight. We knew Postol was going to box him, and that's what happened. We knew that Ramirez was going to. This is the one thing that I felt like Ramirez kind of got it, not exposed. That's a bad word, but he kind of left out there. Is that he is vulnerable when it comes to having to change gears. He is vulnerable when having to, make alterations in a fight. You know what I'm saying? And that is what I think a lot of people are jumping on. But the criticism that's coming from Twitter and social media is harsh. They're saying he's exposed. They're saying Taylor runs through him. They're saying bye-bye Crawford. So none of that to me resonated last night, but it was a great fight.
I'm going to go the other way. I actually do believe that, I don't know, maybe it's like an off night or whatever. I thought he won convincingly anyway. So calling that an off night maybe makes no sense for me, right? Contradicting myself. However, in the fashion in which he fought, it wasn't great. And I do think that, Taylor needs to be excited about fighting him because on that performance, if it's the same Ramirez that shows up, I believe
what holes did you
Taylor
see,
washes him. Exactly what Mario said. It's not like it necessarily had to change a game plan because once again I'm saying it is working, right? But essentially it was just very coming straight with that aggression without just making any alteration when Postol was having that little bit of success, right? So, because Postol was having that little bit of success. I'm telling you, my scorecard.
Yeah, but we got to give Postol a little bit more credit too. Because,
I give him all the credit.
We can't just say that Ramirez looked bad and that and that Postol didn't look good. Ramirez had a good formula, if you ask me. You got a boxer with a rangy jab. You want to attack him and smother that jab. So, I think he did great.
I think he did great. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, it's not like an operation to say like Postol didn't fight well.
But you're saying that Taylor all of a sudden all these holes and the Taylor
I think so because I think so because Postol, when he was having that success, was happy having that success and then just back off. Whereas I think that Taylor will just like have that success, like find that like straight shots gaps that were there. Like the 1-2 was always there, the jab was always there. But it will stay there after, and it will just like actually try to put like Ramirez on the back foot and try to capitalize on the shot that he was throwing. And at no point Postol like hurt Ramirez, which is the thing. Like you don't get his respect, then that's it. Like he's gonna
super chat,
forward, right? So
super chat, and look at the irony here. 116, 112. You smoking dope? I had it 115, 113 with swing rounds going to Ramirez because he is the champ. I don't get it. Would love to see your scorecard and watch. So
that's a 1 round difference.
Exactly, my friend. My card is so wild. My card is so wild. I'm doing heroin because I gave it one more round to Ramirez. It's either he didn't spell check and he meant to put 115, 113 for Postol, or he had one less round for Ramirez than I had, but I'm smoking heroin.
But he's saying that he gave all the swing rounds to Ramirez, so you should not really be doing that or whatever. Anyway, I don't agree with that.
Shinobi.
I was close to that 116 anyway. Did you guys? Yeah, we did.
All right, cool. Then I guess
listen,
I take back that Shinobi.
I had 115, 113. I had 2 swing rounds that I actually changed. One went to Postol, one went to Ramirez. So if I give them both to Postol, it's a 114 fight. I feel like, again, the word robbery is just completely misused most of the time. This was a close fight. Was it close enough that I think Postol could have won? That's a tough sell for me, but I'll listen to an argument, a 1-round win. You got a draw? I'm good with that. That's not bad. That's okay. 1-round win for Ramirez, even better. That's what I had it, right? 2 rounds, cool. But all I'm trying to say here is that a robbery is when you can give 8+ rounds to a fighter, no swing. That's what they want, and the fight is still called the other way. That's a robbery. You know what I'm saying? This was not a robbery in any source. This was a competitive fight between 2 very, solid fighters. This is the problem, though, Mitty, is that because he's been in contention with Taylor and unification talk, first Hispanic to be unification, Terrence Crawford super fight, they want domination. You know what I'm saying?
That's the argument. That's the argument that we always have when it comes down to fighting a fight, right? A fight can be close like to the eye. Every single round competed like very hard, right? But then you'll have all round going for one person because at the end of the round, you'll find that little thing to give to one fighters because of your preference or whatever. And that'll be a whitewash on the card. You'll be saying, whoa, like 120, 108, that's crazy. But that doesn't mean that the fight is not competitive. The fight was super competitive. I think the rounds were going in the banks for Ramirez, though.
Real quick, we got a super chat from Ryan O'Rourke in the UK who says, I had it 8-4 Ramirez and Taylor smokes him. 8-4 is 116, 112. Just saying, you know what I mean? So
listen, if people lost faith, that's fine. But I think that Postol's a different type of fighter. Than a different type of fight than what the Taylor fight looks like. For better, for worse. Obviously, I think Taylor could beat him up much worse if it's his fight. But I also think that the adjustments for Ramirez in that fight aren't as against his grain, against his style, as they would have been last night against Postol.
I feel like they definitely need to go back to the drawing board. He let Postol get out of the corner way too much. You don't want to let Taylor do that. It's like Mitty said.
I think Taylor meets him in the middle, man.
Taylor was comfortable.
It won't run.
He'll just stay. He loves the inside fighting too.
No question. That's what I'm saying is last night we saw a different type of fight than the one that would play out. Here's the thing. Everybody wants to get on the, Ramirez doesn't do anything great. And I think Andre Ward said
the pressure is what's
during
great.
the telecast. But what Ramirez brings to the table is A+ heart, A+ conditioning, and A+ wherewithal, right? Yeah, you're not going to look at him and say, oh, man, he's got one of the best jabs in the game. You're not going to say, oh, you look at this one punch or look at this one sequence. But he's just better than average at a lot of stuff, right?
He's the constant worker, man. He's the worker. You got to be able to beat the busy
That's the best way to put it.
If you can't beat the busy bee, you're going to lose. Postol had a fantastic jab, but that was it. And honestly, this is history. This is Broner and Malignaggi. Malignaggi thought he could get a win just jabbing, and it doesn't happen. Like, bro, people get tired of just seeing the left hand move. We need to see the right hand. Like, if not, we start questioning if something is wrong. And Postol mixed it up every now and then. He would do the 1-2 and even the 1-2-3, but it was so far in between. It was boring. Honestly,
and you know what it was? I think it was that pressure. That same pressure.
It wasn't a good fight. It wasn't a good fight. I wasn't pleased with the fight. It was a very lackluster performance because it was just one guy looking to make the fight, the other guy really moving all night. That's it. Like, he wasn't even making them pay. It was just jab, move, jab, pivot, jab, move, jab. It's just, listen. And look, I don't know. I know I stalk social media, so I seen Postol's trainer, talking about how they feel they won the fight and how the world says saying that they won the fight, and he screenshotted a few tweets here and there from a few fans and a few Dan Rayfields and things like that. I don't know, man. You just got to do more. You got to do
real
more.
quick super chat. Real quick. Kent Stone says, "I think Ramirez had trouble with wild card guys."
Yeah, that's kind of I don't know.
Who else
he was in the wild card.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. Who else did he fight from wild card?
He was in the wild card gym for a long time.
Listen, Postol never fought like a wild card fighter. This is not the style of boxing that goes well with Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach, offensive, come forward fighters, and I don't know if that he had to do what he had to do because he was getting hurt, and that was the way. You can't get into a war and stay on the ropes with Ramirez. So that little turn he was doing and finding the step to find the angle and get out of there, that was beautiful. But that is not. That is
Teddy
not
B, how much you weigh, Teddy B? I'm tired of you saying I fight like these fucking dudes I'm talking about. Get out. Now he's saying I fight like Postol. You crazy, bro. You crazy, bro. Listen. That's what I keep telling you. Listen, four Border Wars fights, 7 knockdowns. That's not Postol, man. That's not Postol.
But at the same time, I wouldn't even count that as like a diss or anything. You want to talk about power and you ain't do that. I'm taking it as a
diss. It is a diss because Postol ain't doing nothing but jabbing and moving. 7 knockdowns in 4 fights, man. Like, how do I get clowned every day? It's crazy. Whatever. Yo, you supposed to be
on the super chat. Not
ahead,
robbery. I just had Postol winning.
Thank you for clearing that up because I've been hearing so much about it was a robbery and they want to keep the Mexican as the champ. Oh, they really trying to get Terrence a fight, and it wasn't a robbery. It wasn't a robbery. It was a good fight.
We got another super chat.
All right, Nufal Hamed, you ain't taking the champ's belt with that type of fight, man.
Word.
Listen to me. Listen to me very carefully. Listen to me. I want everybody to listen to me right the F now. Ramirez, you can say what you want about Crawford fight. Fine. And I seen it. Everybody, oh yeah, Crawford beats this dude. Taylor beats this dude easy. Okay, fine. I can't go in here. I can't put a fight chat together or a film study review and show you what Ramirez does in the ring that's better than Crawford. I can't because we'd be searching forever. It doesn't exist. But let me tell you, Ramirez is the guy. If you don't show up 100%, if you got baby mama drama, if you got the laws, if you got the in-laws, if you got kid problems, you got custody, whatever you got going on in your life that takes away from your ability to show up on fight night, Ramirez is the guy that exposes you for that. You cannot come in A+. So don't try to make this about like who does it better. It's a fight. The best guy doesn't always win that fight. Okay? The best guy doesn't always win that fight. And also, by the way, the best guy's not always like, well, I shouldn't say that, but Terrence Crawford's better, technically. He is. Leaps and bounds. That doesn't mean he beats Ramirez. That's all I'm going to say.
Super chat.
Nah, I mean, styles makes fights. Ken
Exactly.
Stone says Cepeda and Jose have both been with Freddie.
Zepeda. Yeah,
Cepeda.
Zepeda was...
Eltron
And
Zepeda.
CYP counterpunch.
CYP.
Yo. What up? I'm going to get right to it. The reason why Ramirez still beats Taylor is because they always lay eggs when it comes down to being A+. Not A. They have a lot of A. Well, I ain't say a lot. They have a good number of A fighters in their history with Prince, with Brooke, with Frotch. They have a lot of A fighters. But every time it was time to step up to be A+, they are not that. And being undisputed will make him A+. He's going to lay that egg. And if y'all don't believe me, look at y'all history. And then you can bet me. I'll take every single one of y'all bets that if he fights Ramirez for an undisputed, he loses. Y'all just don't have it without America's help. Now, if he drops his trainer, moves to America, gets the trainer like Freddie Roach, somebody over here, he might be able to pull it off. But y'all just don't have it. Be mad at me, call it hate. Just go look at your record books. It don't lie. CYP out.
All right. So, we're going to get to the undercard. We have Arnold Barboza and Elvis Rodriguez both get wins.
What'd y'all think?
I didn't see the Lewis fight. I didn't go back and watch it. We didn't get to watch it.
Well, I'll tell you real quick. Arnold Barboza looked really good. He used side-to-side movement.
Technical.
Tony Lewis was just there to be hit. He was there to be hit. He wouldn't move his head. He was a punching bag all night. I thought Arnold Barboza was always going to win. I did pick Tony Lewis only because I was trying to make up game on real Naija Chick. Listen, you know what? You don't understand strategy when it comes to this game. And that's why I'm going to beat you. That's why I'm going to beat you. You know what? You got lucky this 1 month. Let's check in January, champ. Let's check in January, champ.
You and Cal's, one spent money and the other took Amin's advice is all I know. And the three of y'all looking crazy with that Tony Lewis pick. I told y'all about him. And it's crazy because I literally watched that dude. But I'm happy for Barboza. I did hear through the grapevine that Barboza looked very
technical,
like
bro.
no
He's
power.
active.
They said no power at all.
Very polished.
Yeah, it doesn't have, but
That's
I don't
true.
think it was
But Tony
trying
Lewis
to. I don't think it was trying to
Yo,
put
he
a
was
lot of
rugged.
power in those
Tony was
in those shots. It was just like using speed, a lot of speed in this combination,
Well said.
and at times it was just like throwing in one or two big power shots at the end of the combination. But yeah, you can definitely question the power. But it was nice, bro. I liked it.
Ryan O'Rourke says, it was a bumlord fight. Bud kills Ramirez. Taylor kills him. CYP, a UK hater, who says Maurice Green not a drug cheat. He is.
Maurice
Yoo-hoo!
Green. Who's Maurice Green?
He's talking about track and field. Like it used to be 100-meter runner, like 100-meter dash runner.
He sounded familiar.
No. It was a top American sprinter.
CYP.
Yeah, he sounded familiar.
Counterpunch.
I'm gonna put you to sleep.
Yo, before we start any BS on TBV, one thing I don't like, and I think it should not be acceptable, is to publicly spew lies on people's names. Maurice Green has never failed a drug test, ever. I know the man personally. Larry Wade was a teammate of him, like a roommate, knows him personally. He never failed a drug test. Look it up. Stop spewing that negative stuff on top of people's names on a live show. Chat it. Put it in the chat. But do not say things like that about people's careers, man. Sometimes the show gets out of hand. I'm not blaming you, Ness, but you don't know who Maurice Green is. But stop the lies on people's careers. This man has a legacy and a name. Don't do that to him. If you don't take drugs, you don't take drugs. If you do, you do. Maurice Green never did. Stop it.
All right.
Let's go, champ. You feel me?
Quick Google search, New York Times comes up. It says Green, who retired in February, never failed a doping test. Green, who retired this February, told Britain's Daily Telegraph in Monday's edition that he had met with Heredia, but did not receive or use any drugs.
Do not use no medicals. Anyway, but like I mean, this is like sprinting or whatever.
He didn't give me nothing.
Just
I'm never used
God.
no medicals. I like clean sport.
You like clean sport, yeah. But I mean, like this is not boxing though. I don't know why they came through. Like
there is something
I guess it's
here.
Ryan or something. But let's go.
There is something here about him being listed in some sort of American federal investigative something.
That's because
it's probably
when
as
you
the
have your
result
name-
of like the Marion Jones and stuff like they part
when you
of
have
the
your
team
name,
and
so
stuff
they're
like that.
going to
I don't know.
investigate everybody within that bubble. It doesn't mean that everybody cheated or even everybody was in that type of program. That's the same thing they did with Balco.
Yeah,
there were
but
guys
there was
in
a
that list that never cheated.
there was a time that there
Same
was,
thing they did with Jose Canseco.
No, there was a
Yeah,
time,
that was about-
and still
yeah, they
now,
did.
there's a lot of like scrutiny on what you call it, on sprinters and all that, like a bit like cycling and all that. I mean, drug allegation were going around like big time, but anyway, man, I don't know, man.
All right. Well, we're talking now Elvis, which I did watch. This particular fight went a few more rounds. I think we made it to around the 4th or the 5th, but you have to know that the fight was contracted at 140, and then last minute, after 4 opponents pulling out, this opponent decided on weigh-in day that they wanted to renegotiate to fight at 144, and they no longer wanted to use 8-ounce gloves. They wanted to use 10s or 12s, but I didn't ever hear of 12s, right? Like, that's some weird stuff,
10.
right?
No, 10. They wanted to use 10. They should be like 8 ounces, right? Anything at welterweight and below. But dude, I think opponent wanted to use like 10-ounce glove. I don't know.
But the reason I say 12 is because he had so many, like he himself, Rodriguez was reposting on his story, and a lot of people like, oh, the opponent wanted 12 ounces.
There's no pro fight. There's no pro fight with 12-ounce glove. Like it's either 10 or 8. Like in
Super chat from Jarrett Lloyd. Bumlord Crawford has a new sports drink called Garbage Truck Juice. It provides the electrolytes needed to fight pedestrians and lowball funds when negotiating. Hit the call time is one time for CYP.
What the hell? Anyway, like, wait, listen. That Elvis was nice, man. Like, so
Yeah,
I don't know if
the way he set that up, he just put the right
the
hand.
shots that
man,
finished
measured
it.
it,
It's reminiscent of what like Wilder did to Spilka. If you remember, he used his like jab hand, which is right hand for Elvis, as a measure.
Yes.
He measured him, like
But he
pinned
didn't
him
only
there and
measure
then
them
cracked
there.
with
He
the right,
pinned
the
them
left
there,
hand.
man. He didn't only measure them. He held them there, bro.
I mean, you're not supposed to
It's a
hold.
split se- it was
You're
a
not
split
supposed to
second
hold
thing.
exactly. So it was a split.
And he
second.
did it with his back towards referee. Smart kid.
It was a measure, like a nice measure, and then boom.
It's sad though. It's sad. You see, this is what happens when you're on television. Now the Steve Kims of the world and the writers, they're like, it's time to step it up. It's time to step it up.
No, but it's true. It's true. Like depending, like
But he's
when
only
they put
got
you
9
in that
fights.
Yeah,
He's
but
only
they
got
put you
9
in that
fights.
light, right? So they put you
he's
in that
not-
light. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, but he's not a medalist. Was he an
they-
Olympian? Yeah, but he's not a medalist. So it's like,
That's because they know what they're doing. Promoters know when they put you on that card and they put you in front on that type of spotlight. They know that that kind of like attention and that kind of talk is going to come, right? If they didn't want, they would have put him on like some kind of obscure card somewhere, and keep building him up. So I think they believe he's ready. And from what I've seen of him, not just that shot, right? But he was doing a lot of very good stuff before, like using that uppercut, like that 1-2 combination and uppercut
He's
from
tough,
the.
yeah, I love that
uppercut
right
from the
hook
front
uppercut.
end, right? So
I love
yeah.
his right hook uppercut.
No,
but
not even this one. Like it was like the right uppercut. So he was just doing like a jab straight, like so that's the left hand that's coming for him on his straight, right, on his backhand, and then he used to come back with that, front end uppercut from the right hand. That was nice. He was just playing with that kid.
So
nowhere near his level, man. That shit was
yeah.
food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Hopefully he continues to show that, but before they step it up, they need to step him up in the right way, like not to a name, but to rounds. After having Bruce Trampler on, I understand what they mean, and you got to get him in there with someone that's going to take him 10 rounds before you give him a world title shot.
I agree. Like durable people that take you rounds.
We've seen his highlight reel already. He needs some experience at that level. He needs somebody that he can't just walk all over, and somebody also that maybe he has to change levels on. Not because he's losing necessarily, but
we got to see him
to find other ways to get him out.
And this is the thing: if you do like, I was gonna say Madrimal, but it wasn't him. It's somebody that where your tests, you blow your test out, and he didn't give you rounds because now you proved that your power is real too,
Good
right?
call.
That
Good
you're
call.
not just knocking out the cans, you can knock out the contenders or the journeymans, etc. He's 68 on BoxRec, my favorite website in the whole boxing universe.
Call him rank.
Remember, he's a 140-pound fighter. I'm just looking here. Beautiful name, Steve Claggett. Perfect. Canadian, 6 losses. Won by knockout. He's been around the block. He's only 31, so he's not too over the hill, but he's got the right record. He did lose to Danny O'Connor, so maybe he's not durable enough. Who else?
Real quick, Ken Stone on the super chat says Josh Taylor has been with 2 trainers that have been with Frampton. Well schooled. I had Regis going in. I'm not making that mistake again. LOL.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to really have to jump to get into some known name territory at this 140.
I mean, I think
young,
I think he has a lot of light on him right now. He could get some.
I mean, Cletus Selden, the Hebrew Hammer. He's got what?
That's not bad.
He's got 26 fights, though. Only 1 loss is the Hebrew Hammer. Man, there's not a lot of names, and it's top heavy, this division 140. I don't think he's ready for an Ndango. Ndango could probably definitely take him to rounds and maybe stay away from the power because he's never been in there with someone who can move like an Ndango just yet. I don't know. This 40 division is real, thin on the lower side, right? Because he's ranked 68. Like, he'll have to jump into like a top 25 for you guys to know the names. They got the Alexis Salcido of the world, the Kyle Relics of the world.
What do you think? You think he's gonna be put on the fast track, man? He's been looking real good.
I think
man.
those names are too fast. They got to find somebody we know that can fit the profile, like a Beltron coming up to 40. And it's like, all right, he's older, but I don't see those names here, I really don't. Anthony Yigit, but he ain't got enough. Like, he did good on that the zone card. I feel like sometimes Top Rank don't use the zone fighters, like not the zone fighters, but like the zone B-sides.
He's an MTK fighter, I think, Yigit. I'm pretty sure he's signed to MTK.
Yiga did well, we got him on the show. He only has 1 loss, 1 draw. He's already been able to bounce back after that Branchek loss. That would be a decent fight, and maybe that's too much of a step up too. Yiga did get knocked out, but he held his own. Now I don't know, Ismael Basoro, that's the dude that didn't he upset Corolla?
Yeah, Ismael Barroso or something like that. Yeah. No, okay, Corolla beat him, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was for the regular title, right?
Yeah.
There's not many names, man. Honestly, like Anthony Peterson, who probably can box too much. I mean, maybe Rodriguez can hit Peterson enough, but Peterson moves a lot But I mean, when's the last time Peterson fought? He's ranked number 61. He still only
When
has
is the
that
last
one.
time? Does it say when he fought last?
Yeah,
I don't know. Like
2019.
Peterson is a joke though.
Oh.
Like, it is crafty and all that. Like,
He
I
got
don't
a
think that's the
draw.
route to go down to, right?
He got a draw versus Argenis Mendez, who's a way older, faded Dominican, but former champion in Mendez.
Yeah.
He got a draw, and before that, it was a no contest. So I would have to log in and see why it got switched to a no contest there. Probably, but they need to change that law, man. Let people smoke, man.
But I mean, Elvis looks good though. Like I like him. I like the skills of the guy. I like the spite in the punches. Like so. The southpaw effect also is nice, right? So, man.
Yo, did y'all get to that Ken Stone?
Yeah, we got to that Ken Stone. Yo, he had one draw. I didn't know that.
Who?
Elvis.
Peterson? Oh, Elvis? Yeah, early in his career, his manager told me.
It was like his second fight, first fight.
They told me he beat the dude, he dropped him and everything, but you know how it is when you ain't got representation and all that goodness.
Well, I guess if you want to move on, that Raymond Morataya was a pretty good fight. He knocked down Valenzuela.
He got knocked down
actually,
too.
no, he got knocked down. Raymond Morataya got knocked down, and he came back to stop Valenzuela in the 7th round, I think it was.
Yeah. Shout out, Valenzuela is like Capatillo's fighter. I don't know if it's Javier. I think it's Jorge Capatillo, right? So, and it was tough. But ultimately,
He was very.
He took too many punishment towards towards the end of the fight. Was it like 4th or 5th round where he was stopped or something like that?
It was something like that.
Yeah, but towards the end, he was getting taking too much punishment. But I like that Moratara. Very, very good. And I heard on the telecast that he actually has 3 wins over Ryan Garcia in the amateurs, right? So that's
really,
crazy.
I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, I heard that. I was just watching, and I was wondering why they're so high on the kid and all that. And
did they say if he was related to Gabriel?
Yeah, they're brothers.
Okay, I thought they were, but I wasn't. I wasn't sure.
So Gabriel fought just before him on
both
on
brothers
the card
was,
also. Yeah,
they both won. Yeah,
and Gabriel was actually fighting to get a top rank contract. So Raymond's already got a contract, and is good. But Gabriel was fighting actually to get a contract and to make a name for himself. But they both look good. They both look nice. And
who's Gabriel? The teacher? The teacher? Or
Gabriel's the
teacher.
Yeah. This is his 3rd win inside the bubble.
And
he has a really good story.
Gabriel is the older brother as well, so they signed the younger brother, which is Raymond. So I guess Raymond is the standout amateur, and then Gabriel is just
if you go to ESPN and read Steve Kim's story, it talks about how this guy he's 26, I think he is 26, 27, something like that, and he had no idea that these calls were going to come for the bubble. He got a text, or his father got a text from Robert Garcia, and it was like, hey, can you make this fight? I mean, it's such a good story. It really is.
And that's what Top Rank does, right? Listen, Top Rank does that very well. They build fighter stories like that. Instantly, that made me interested in those 2 brothers. That made me interested in finding out a bit more about those guys. And then when it came down to the fight, actually for Raymond, it was the goods and it was nice. So I'm definitely invested in those guys and their story, right? So that was nice. But
what's up with all these teachers fighting, man?
Hey man, teaching doesn't pay, I guess.
They're not paid enough.
A couple of teachers kicking ass out there.
Robert Stieglitz was a teacher too. He was one of he fought Arthur Abraham. Then Horn was a teacher. There's a few teachers getting into boxing, man. I think one of the Smith brothers was a teacher too, right, Paul? No?
I don't even know that. Ryan O'Rourke can probably help me out with that. They're his people, so from up north. Liverpool.
Moving to the best card of the weekend, Daniel Dubois. Not the best card.
I'm gonna put you to sleep.
Terminated.
Word is born. Yo, Frank Warren needs to go and get things under control, man. Like,
Bro,
this
it
was
was what it was,
shameful,
bro.
man.
It-
Nah,
it-
man,
it-
you could find something better than that. Like,
No, but like think about it. Like
You're
for me,
sitting in your
purely,
mum's spare rooms, just tickling your bollock.
I understand what you're saying. For us, the fans and the viewing spectacle, that was not good, 100%. But think about it. He has a fight, well, allegedly, right? So he has a fight with Joe Joyce at some point in October. October is just like around the corner. Why are you gonna go into a fight with someone who can just like cut you or just give you any kind of competition, right? So
that's what I'm saying. As long as he fights Joe Joyce next, I'm okay. I'm okay.
But guys,
he has to fight Joe Joyce.
Guys, listen. If around the water coolers the rumors are Frank is losing money, why would you waste this event on this? There's no tickets to sell, so you're not making money. You're just giving him a free check, right? So then it's like it becomes this thing. Well, he needed it because it's too much time in between the Joyce fight. Well, then again, I ask you, what did this do? The dude went 2 rounds.
Like, listen, he didn't spend too much money on that card. I'm sure Dubois didn't make bank on this fight. And also he has an obligation towards BT, right? He has like a card that is out there. And if anything, he probably used that as an opportunity to just get like a highlight reel stoppage to build even more hype and interest in the Joe Joyce fight. Now you can say, oh, Dubois is that monster that only fought like a month ago against a dude that was like decent on paper, blah, blah. And he got the first round or second round.
Don't you think that highlight reel is watered down?
Yeah, bro, that's what it is. But that's the Mike Tyson formula, man. Like, Mike Tyson.
We spoke about that. Mike Tyson was the little guy beating big guys up. This is the big guy beating up on a little ass dude.
That's okay, but that's still the Mike Tyson formula. Don't worry about like the size or anything. Like
Mike Tyson.
when you have
That's not the Mike Tyson formula.
When you have someone who's fighting every month, running through opponents in the first round and everything, you don't give a damn about the resume of the opponent when they end up fighting someone that makes sense.
Yes. And that's the problem.
And that's what it is.
Listen, that's the problem, though,
it's a wrecking ball.
Yeah, but the guy that Daniel Dubois was in the ring with was like, I mean, I'm not gonna say mom level, but that he was lost from the moment the bell rang. He was never there to land a punch.
That's cool. But
so as long as he fights Joe Joyce, I'm okay with it. But this cannot be a progression to the next, pie that he fights.
That's fine, but it's so far ahead. Like we're talking about the 80s, but Boxrec is there to help you out, and tapes are there to help you out. Tell me who Mike Tyson fought in his first 10 fights.
No, you're absolutely right.
Do you know who they were?
Right. You're absolutely 100% right.
Bro, you tell me anybody's beginning career who the first 10 guys are. You're not gonna know who they are because that's the way careers are started.
I know Philip. No, I know Philip Hergovich's 10 fights, and that's the argument I was making a few days ago. I know the Croatians' 10 fights, and when Babic at 3-0 steps up to Winters, I make a big deal. So for us to be asking Dubois, who's at 15 fights now, to do what Babic did in 3 is not bad.
But Babic is different. Like, I can tell you,
he's stepping up.
Let me tell you why, because he's a savage.
He's stepping up.
The point of view I'm coming from. I can tell you that by the time Babic is 15 fights in, he would have 2 or 3 losses. They can't build dude. Like dude is like zero amateur background. He's just out there, straight savage.
He's got 100 amateur fights as a heavyweight. That's a lot, brother.
Bro, like, did you see him fight? Does he look like someone who has like pedigree and schooling as a fighter?
I mean, listen, he got 100 amateur fights. He got to know how to fight.
Bro, okay, cool. So we'll see how it goes, right? I'm telling you, like, the way to build those guys.
Think about this. How many amateur fights does AJ got? How many does Wilder got? Like 100 in the heavyweight division is a lot. It's a lot. That's a lot for amateur. So he got to have some type of skill or at least
okay, pedigree. Then that's good. Like, so we'll see that. Like, but what I'm telling you is, you have to have like a different way to build fighters, like different levels in their career, right? So, like,
Yo,
So how many Fujimotos he
Carlito
get?
changed his name on YouTube.
no,
Yo, his YouTube
I
channel.
don't want them like I don't want him to
What's
have
his
any
handle?
more Fujimotos. I want him to have like Joe Joyce
Carlito.
next.
Yo,
My bad,
shout
Petty,
out
man.
his YouTube handle. He's our TBV winner.
He said Carlito / TBV's first ever pro league.
Nice.
winner.
Nice. Nice.
He changed his handle to that. That's what's
Yo,
up.
he's stunting on everybody.
Starting on that. Hey, yo, Mid, what's up,
Yo.
champ? I didn't mean to cut your analytics down, man. What you were saying about the war?
No, like his next fight like needs to be definitely Joe Joyce. Like we all agree on that, right? You know, there comes to a point where you need to stop. But I just knew that a month and a half away from a fight that is serious and that has like some implication financially, you ain't gonna put him in with someone who's gonna take him like 3, 4, 5 rounds.
You know
You're
what?
just gonna
See,
take him
And that's a fight he can lose too, by the way.
You know, that's money right there.
But
See, I
Mitty-
wasn't even thinking about that. You know, my investment getting hurt by me putting him in there. You know,
Yeah, that's all cool. But Mitty, you essentially saying that he gave him this fight, not for money, just
Yeah.
for exposure.
Just exposure, and because you also had to. I'm sure that BT date was set. The card was there anyway. The fight with Joyce keeps getting pushed back, so dude is probably telling him, "Hey, I need just to get rid of like my, come out of training camp and just like let my aggression out on someone." And he said, "No problem. We'll get you someone like you'll blow out in a round or two. That's not like a danger to you. Don't mess up the bag for the Joyce fight." And
yo,
then
but why they
do your
couldn't
thing,
find a
man.
guy his size?
Why?
Why not make it look good?
Let's
at
just
the same
move
time?
on.
Because it
It
makes
is
no
what it is.
difference in the longer scheme of thing. Like in a month's time when he's fighting Joe Joyce, you're not gonna go back and say, "Oh, I wanted to see him
Exactly.
tested against Snijders." It makes no difference. Why you
Again,
risk
that's
anything
my
like that?
that's my point. As long as he fights Joe Joyce, this isn't an issue. Especially if they fight in
I'm
October.
gonna put you
The
to
thing
sleep.
is if that fight doesn't get made, right, and it doesn't get back on track, then who's he fight next? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got to imagine it's not going to be anybody as good as Joe Joyce, and then we're left with this as one of the last resonating tastes in our mouth of 2020 when it comes to Daniel Dubois. So, as long as he can, fight Joe Joyce before this year ends, then it kind of erases this memory.
Moving on to the Lara card.
You don't want to at least go over who won the undercards for this
Well,
one?
you didn't put it, so
Yeah,
I assume
I'm
we
sorry.
were goody.
Listen, I was trying so fast that I woke up super late today. So, yeah, but we could do it real quick. Sonny Edwards was victorious over
Awesome
Thomas
performance.
Takashi, you mean
Very
Takashi?
good. Very good
Wasn't that
work from Sonny
Takashi?
Edwards. Yeah, he did look like
Yeah.
Takashi. He came out crazy.
Yeah, you ain't shit, bro. You say he look like Takashi.
Yo,
Mitty
he
sent
came,
that picture. He looked with the little girl from what was
Yo.
it, Mitty?
the
Oh,
cartoon.
From I
Toy
can't
Story?
remember that
Ain't
thing.
that
That-
Up? No,
Yeah,
that's
that's
from
a
Up.
meme.
with
Toy
the
Story.
pigtails.
Oh, that's
That
from Toy
was
Story?
hilarious.
That's a meme I saw
That
online.
was so
I was
funny.
like,
Oh, you saw that meme online? Yeah, I didn't
People
see
are
it online,
crazy.
but I figured that's where you got
Bro,
it.
that had me dying with that shit.
But anyway, Sonny Edwards' brother, Charlie Edwards. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Doomy.
Nah, forget about it.
Sam Maxwell was also victorious in a unanimous decision against Joe Hughes. That was another fight that was on
that
our
was a
thing.
good fight. That was a
And
real 50-50
I didn't
fight.
get to see that one. I kept coming in and out. I was doing something else. So, but I am going to go back and watch that fight. And the only other fight of mention that I know that we had on there was David Adelaide. He won.
Yeah.
Got the TKO.
Bruh, he
that was
ain't-
his third professional win.
He ain't look
Or
that
second.
good. Like, yo, is he too
Third
big?
professional.
Is he too big, Mitty? I think he, like, I don't know. The
I
way
mean,
he
like,
was throwing, like, the
He's
one.
Who was that?
6'4", and he
Listen,
came
I-
out at 217.
Like, he felt
No,
cocky.
David,
he felt cocky.
listen.
Like, the way he was doing his 1-2, I watched that fight. He just felt so bulky looking.
Again, it's difficult to judge those guys at this stage, right? So, he definitely heavy-handed. That's what I can tell you. He's big and bulky, but I can tell you he's definitely heavy-handed. But again, right? So that's like developmental fights. He's not in there with anyone that you can really judge, like whether it was just slow on purpose or you know what I mean. Like, so that fight doesn't tell us anything except from he's able to find a finish with someone who's on full defense mode, right? So he was able to find like some good shots to the body and find the opening, right? So that's the only thing I took away from that fight.
He was looping that right hand, and I felt like it would never get up. Like it wouldn't get up here as a straight. Like it was like low. Like somebody could counter.
He was throwing it looping. He was throwing it looping because he could not throw it straight down the pipe because the guy had like the high guard there. So you want to find like the gap in between the gloves and the air. That dude tried to
counter him with that left hook. It's just that dude couldn't fight. Who was that dude? You know him?
I mean, it's a journeyman, right? So
but
it's someone who was
seen
there.
Him, though? Have you seen him? Oh, you have?
No. I've never seen him. He's like someone that they just like brought in, like slightly durable and maybe.
Yeah, he was because that was a 6-rounder. Made it to the 4th, right?
Yeah, and he was taking big shots. So he could have decided I've had enough in round 1, right? So, but it was.
I got to get back to work tomorrow.
Yeah, man.
But. Anyway, we could move on to the Erislandy Lara event that was on Fox last night.
The theme of the weekend was really poor fights, man. I mean, Lara in there with Vendetti. There's really nothing to say. He dominated Vendetti, and it was lackluster for me because, when a dude isn't on your level. And he's not Robert Guerrero, a multiple division champion. Get him out of there. You understand?
But listen,
Floyd did a 12-0 with Guerrero. It was understandable.
No, but when has Lara shown you that type of attitude, right? Lara to me is like the type of fighter who's always comfortable with giving you a lesson for 12 rounds as long as there's no risk for him. So whenever he's comfortable and he's just picking you off and doing whatever he wants, he'll keep doing that. And that's a criticism for him, right? So a criticism because us as the fight, we want the explosiveness. We want him to take them out. If he's not in a dogfight or anything, and if he's comfortable, he's always going to keep that one pace.
I don't think he wanted to get into that dogfight with Vendetti,
No, he didn't want to. But
no, he didn't.
There was no reason.
Now looking in retrospect to what you just said about Danny Dubois, like why? Like, you know what I'm saying? This guy is not really... No reason for it. Let me just school this guy out with my, my range. And not for nothing, Vendetti. I looked at other fights. School. He never looked like that. That dude was a tree trunk.
Lara is from that school, that Cuban school, which they're happy to school you. Very happy to school you. They don't need to take no risk for any reason. And he was doing it. I've seen Lara doing that multiple times. If he doesn't have to go and put it on you, he won't. Obviously, if he buzzes someone, he will try to go for it. But very rarely you'll see Lara go into 3rd, 4th, and 5th gear when he don't have to.
He doesn't.
Winning in 1st and 2nd gear. No, yeah, he's winning in 1st and 2nd gear. So
that's the Cuban, and that's the kind of like Cuban, way of like default. A lot of times, they're more than okay with embarrassing you. To them, that's just as much for their pride or ego or whatever, machoism as KOs for people, right? Like they're good being able to say, bro, I outclassed you, and so. The thing to me is what did last night really accomplish other than a stay busy main event? Where is Erislandy Lara headed? What avenue is he approaching? A lot of times, he's got a belt, but they don't really like think of him as like a champion when you think about, who you're going to go after. It's always the Rosarios are brought up, the Charlos are brought up. So there's this big gap from Erislandy Lara commercially speaking, from the rest of the guys. And he's got to go in there and find a way to make his next couple fights count, really get on that main platform because for all the guys that have fought Canelo and Mayweather and Pacquiao and De La Hoya, and they take away some of that, luster that they have as big commercial A-sides. Lara's one guy who really didn't gain a whole lot from his opportunity with Canelo, not when he's compared to some of the other guys that were benefiting from that. So ultimately, I think that, we got to see Lara in a tough fight. We got to see Lara produce the kind of fight that makes fans want to see him again. And I would really, before he calls it quits, I'd love to see him in there, with just somebody who can sell seats, somebody who's going to bring the fight to him. So, it's hard for me to think about it at the top of my head. Like I have the perfect fighters in mind. It's like not Charlo, perfect. Yes, that's perfect.
Jamel,
that's
right?
perfect.
So
will that happen because they were, once teammates? I don't know, but
And Hey, teammates, not team. If there's money there, no problem. They can fight. Like it's not like
I hope you're right.
They're gonna go in there and do what they have to do. Teammates and ex people, ex fighters that have trained together happen to fight all the time, right? So, I think if it makes sense and if they both have the ambition, which they have, right, to go for the prize, then no problem. But that's the thing, though. Like, I mean, like,
and how much
it was always going to be.
Lara get paid for that Canelo fight? I know Canelo, I think, was paid like 1.5 million, but I would really like to know what they paid Lara, man, because
I'm not sure.
I guess he really didn't get the golden ticket on that one.
No, I mean, it was the main event, which was nice. He was on Fox too, right? He wasn't even on Fox Sports. He was on the main Fox channel. So you gotta, figure at least 1 million eyes are on him. That's what they've been drawing. They've been drawing more than that. Late
plus paper
that's the thing,
prize, right?
They don't really drill out to him, but whenever you have that kind of exposure, especially with the type of fighter he was in the ring with. Like that was his opportunity to say, okay, screw it. I'm going and I'm just going to try to go through the gears. But he didn't really do that. Like, so I don't know if anyone speaks to them like before and tell them, hey, that's your chance to,
go out
even increase your stock even more.
Exactly,
right? If you really want to go for the last big fight or whatever, just go and knock someone out on there. But I mean, that's not his style. That's not what he does, man.
No, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. So anyway, I don't know if y'all saw. Did y'all get to see the Alfredo Angulo fight? Man, he got saved not fighting Truax, huh?
Bro,
that looks so.
Caleb would have stopped him. I can't believe that dude came out of nowhere and won. And he's like a little, he's like a younger version of Angulo. It was crazy.
Yeah.
He took it on short notice. So I'm not gonna really, knock on him. Like he did better. And he might give anybody a tough fight. He threw 1,000 punches on short notice. So,
but that's good that the judges did that, right? So the judges didn't have to give him that fight, and that was good. But Angulo just looked like terrible, bro. He looked like slow. He looks like
He looked like he had a dad bod out of nowhere.
Balance issue was no good, So
yeah, his balance issues were bad, bro.
I don't know. See him again.
Coach,
I hope he calls it. But
Coach, if that was you, would you have accepted him into your gym? Because, shouldn't Abel have seen that in training and sparring and mitt work? Like, hand-eye coordination ain't there. The slow, the timing
should have.
ain't there.
Let me tell you, I'm not one to speak like that, but I would have definitely questioned this, right? And I don't know. It comes to a point where you really have to tell a fighter those things. But then, I don't know. We don't know what the situation is and all that. But no, definitely that's a question that would have been posed and would have spoken about that situation. But it didn't look right at all, man.
Yeah, look, if you need the fight, you need the fight. Like, I don't think anybody should tell somebody when to hang it up. I've always said that. I just think that you can be honest about what you're getting. And at this point, what you're getting, if you're afraid of Angulo, is, I mean, you're getting beat anytime you step in there with anybody who it is in the top 25, anybody in the top 25.
He needs to hang it up, man.
Yeah, he needs to hang it up. I mean, at this point, I remember Alfredo Angulo. I've been watching him fight for a very long time, and what I have in my head as a legacy for him is more than respectable. But this continues, it's going to decrease and decrease it, just like it's starting to do and did for Chavez, Senior. Just like De La Hoya. If De La Hoya hung it up after the Mayweather, and didn't go through those last cycles. Like, I don't know if I look at him the same way. Roy Jones, perfect example.
I just hope that my man got a whole bunch of businesses, because his career is not going to be lasting too long in there. Why go beat your head up when your reflexes ain't the same and you taking on younger guys, man? Like,
he's been
unless you really
Al
need
for
that
a
check,
minute.
really need that check. Like,
dude, he looked awful. I don't even know what to say. It's hard. It's hard to talk about a fighter like that, someone who did his thing at the top level. And just seeing them like this, I was joking, saying, but I wanted to be in a ring with him yesterday. I was like, yeah, no problem. Maybe I can do something. Who knows, man? So
real
like,
quick,
that was bad.
Super chat paying his fees for the Pro League. Supermax announces his return to the Pro League, so he's all paid and ready to go.
Supermax.
He has
well
returned.
Done. That's good. Hey, actually, like, so I don't know. You guys still want to go on Angulo? Because I can just.
I can hit you with this real quick super chat from TJ.
Oh, hit me with it. Come on.
Lara versus Tony Harrison. I'd love to see that. Hashtag
Yo,
fact.
did y'all talk about the Sensational Six? Did y'all talk about the Sensational Six?
No, we didn't.
Oh, y'all slacking.
What is that?
You ain't see? Oh man, PBC put that up there. Sensational Six.
Oh,
Harrison.
I missed it.
They put Harrison. They put everybody. Laura. Rosario, Charlo. Name six. I guess Heard. And they called them the Sensational Six. And I just wanted to highlight that because remember, once upon a time, it had to be like that. Like a writer must have created the Fantastic Four, right? Which am I saying it right? Who was the Hagler and Leonard and all? What were their called? What was their clique called? They had a little clique.
You have it right. Like so,
I don't remember.
No, he's right. He's right. Like you had
they definitely had a little clique.
You had Sugar Ray, Duran, Hagler, and Hearn. Those are, but I don't remember how they call them. But they definitely them something like so. The top Fantastic Four, or something that's definitely right. Like, but those are the four.
Is that what it was?
That mixed them.
It was?
Yeah.
I don't think you gotta Google it. I don't think that don't sound good.
No, but this definitely had like something like that with those four always just being talked about in matchups and doing all this stuff.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I think it's definitely the
Fabulous Four.
Right. So
Fabulous Four.
Fabulous Four.
So now let me bring it back. So that's what I wanted to say. Like they had the Fabulous Four, and look, those guys have a fantastic amateur background. They've done things in the legacy. Everybody always goes back to Hagler, Leonard, Hearns, Durant. Fine, cool, but what do you think of these guys being called the Sensational Six? And do you think, as time goes on, that they will live up to that name?
No, I think that's a good name if we get them in some kind of tournament. Like, I don't want to call them the Fantastic Six or whatever you call them if it's just to call them that. I want to see them mix and match with one of them coming on top. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah,
Real quick,
listen,
just for
I
Ryan,
think. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Mario. Just for Ryan O'Rourke, I already announced that you're also paid in the league, champ. I already announced you first. Go ahead.
Yeah, listen, I think that they have the top of the division there. They want to call them that. I think they've already earned the right to be called that. You think about what Jermel's done and what Lara's done. If you want to compare it to the Fabulous Four, then that's a tough sell. I understand that. Those legacies are cemented in iron. These guys, though, have done more than enough to be recognized as a group like that. But I miss that.
I'm going to be honest. I'm happy that Tony Harrison is getting that type of shine. You know what I mean? Like, they treating him. Because, he could have lost that fight and they could have wrote him off as a fluke and just like. But they're still giving him that shine. They putting him as part of the six.
Was he? He was. So who was it? Do you remember?
Yeah. So
it had to been Charlo.
No, but
Lara.
they have to get. So they were like 6 fighters at
it was
like
BBC
middleweight from
fighters.
BBC, right? So,
I counted 7 though.
It's Jason Rosario, Jamel Charlo. That's 2. Then it was Lara 3. I believe Heard.
That's 4.
Tony Harrison.
5. Julian Williams
was definitely
6.
on there. That's it. It was Sensational Six.
Oh, I think I just counted wrong. Oh, you know what? I was counting Erickson Lubin.
So look, and that's what I'm saying. Sensational Six, and there's still people that gotta break that 6. Like, Brian Castellano wants to break it. Tech Shearer wants to be in there. Muratailev, Bakaram, he wants to be in there. Lubin wants to be in there. And who knows what Sergio Garcia can do?
He's not even.
Yeah, Sergio Garcia is a wild card.
They're only
No, I was
talking
just kidding
about
with Tim,
PBC guys, right?
No, I was
No,
just
no.
kidding. I was
The
just kidding.
Sensational
I was
Six is
trolling.
only PBC, but what I'm saying,
Yeah.
there's other guys that want to break into that. Like, I would like to see Harrison versus Zoo, but Zoo's not gonna want that. He's not gonna come over here. You know, he's not gonna give up everything that he has over there. So, you know, it's not really Harrison's fault. Harrison would love to give him an opportunity and an introductory into the real elite class.
You know why I think you're wrong about that though, real quick, is because when that happened with Chris John, that was a country that didn't speak English. Like, I don't know if he could do this. I don't know if he could have a Chris John career. I think Tim Tszyu would have to eventually fight somebody. Because you're saying it's like Chris John, right? Chris John had his own boxing world.
I mean, I didn't even use that comparison to John, but I'm just saying that Zoo right now is like on his baby AJ. He could just keep doing fights in Australia. He could bring in names like
I don't know. I think a Tony Harrison fight would be something he might be interested in.
I mean, that's good. Yes, Charles Conway, good call, Doomy. That's another dude that's trying to break into that top. You know what I mean? That 54 division is crazy. It's very good. And, you know, Jack Corclay got himself ranked. He got a win over the weekend in an international IBF and got himself ranked at 54. So Jack Corclay's a guy that people couldn't knock out at 60. Okay, Andrade, I don't believe, I'm going to Google him to be sure, but I don't believe Andrade or Derevyanchenko knocked him out at 160. He's moved down. He's already ranked. He just won an international title like a day ago or something. Yeah, look, he fought 828, which was 2 days ago. And he also fought on June 12th. And that's where he won the WBO Organization International Super Welterweight title. So he got himself ranked right away. Now, again, Derevyanchenko did not stop him. Sulecki did not stop him or drop him. Neither did Derevyanchenko. And neither did Demetrius Andrade not stop him or drop him. So, and Dennis Hogan, he fought and beat, you know, he, you know, maybe he's going to be better. Maybe he's going to be a player at 54. But in terms of rankings, he's already at 6 with the WBO, 6 with the IBF. And if we know one thing, whoever manages Corclay, this kid has gotten more shots than anybody I know. Honestly. Like, Corclay's always in an eliminator, always in some sort of title shot or mandatory position. So, you know, there's a lot of good fighters in that division. Look, we got another super chat here. Let me just double check. Looking like Sony,
Super
the commissioner for the Pro League. So he's back at it. So far, we got 3 players this week now for the pros.
Let's go, champ. You feel me?
Naija
Oh yeah, I'm
and
sending
Carlito.
mine in the whole 20.
Naija and
this
Carlito.
month too.
What do you call
Hey Mario,
it?
what was
Motivated.
that franchise on the line?
Yes.
World Box-
Yes, Mario didn't put that. Mario wanted us to talk about Tyson Fury and wrestlers. Like, yo, we're going to talk about Vasil Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez, their fight, and the fact that the WBC has ruled during the, you know, virtual convention that the franchise tag and title will be transferable to Teofimo Lopez. And get ready with the dun-dun-dun, because Top Rank requested that if Tio win, he can have the badge of franchise. So these dudes, these dudes are moving 8 steps ahead of y'all, man. Like, they's like, oh, so Haney's about to ruin everything? Nah, yo, listen, Suleiman, look, here's the envelope. Just give us franchise. What you did for Canelo?
Got you. Oh, I got what you're
All
saying
right.
now.
Thank you.
Let's go, champ.
So then it's like, yo, damn, yo, man, this fight getting tough to make. You know, look, you know what? Yo, Suleiman, in case Tio wins, since that's our fighter, let him get that tag, because there's no way we want Haney to be elevated to real only champion now. Because if Tio beats Vasil, right,
then it disappears and Haney's elevated.
Exactly. That means that the franchise tag is disappeared, and Haney all of a sudden becomes, in the eyes of the world, a real champion, where Teofimo defeated the big champion. So they're like, nah, now they requested again.
This is so stupid.
Now they requested again for Teofimo to get that status in case he wins. So
Can I unpack this real quick?
Yeah, go
Can
for
I
it.
unpack this? Listen, call me casual today, okay? We're like overthinking the idea of a person being champion and then losing his championship. Like, why do they have to complicate this so much? You're a champion, you have a belt, you lose it, you lose your belt. To who? The guy that beat you. But when these promoters and fighters and managers and when everybody gets together to conspire to keep everything in-house, it just complicates everything to the point where, look, is it good? Yes, it's good. I'm glad Teofimo gets something if he wins. That would have been completely wrong. But how hard are we overthinking this? If I'm a casual fan and I'm looking, I'm like, wait, well, who's the champion? And then you have to go on this tangent about explaining who the champion is, who the franchise champion is. It's like, what the are we doing?
No,
it's
but
crazy.
No, Mario, you're getting it wrong. That's what they're saving Teo from. By requesting franchise, he gets to carry the WBC and say he's the real WBC champ because he beat the man.
I get that.
They beat the man. And he's
I think it makes sense.
And he's already took shots at Devin Haney saying you're an email champ 2 times. So when he beats Vasil, he's going to say, how are you champ? You were supposed to fight him. I fought him and beat him. So Top Rank is just thinking 10 steps ahead, bro.
I get you, and I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm disagreeing with the whole notion that if before today, something that could have happened was Teofimo beats Lomachenko and then Devin Haney becomes WBC champion, and that's it. Like the whole notion of a sanctioning body or organization allowing allowing to put themselves in that position. It's stupid. It's crazy.
But it's not that he becomes champion. He becomes the only champ, so he becomes more recognized.
Exactly.
In
but
that
that's my point. Is
body.
He's a full champion at that point because there's nobody else that holds any sort of belt. So he's the full champion. For them to have put themselves in that situation is just so stupid.
Yo,
why did Teo have to request that?
Coach Rivera said one day they're gonna have the vibranium belt.
Why did Teo have to request that? If
no, Teo didn't. Top Rank did, and Top Rank had to request it on behalf of Teo because the title, when it came out, was allegedly non-transferable. But obviously,
you can lose the title, but you can't win the title.
Exactly, but obviously because Top Rank had to wet their whistle, right? You have to wet Suleiman's whistle because it's like this isn't the rule, and you want us to amend it. Why do you want us to amend it? Well, because we essentially want to keep the belt in-house. Okay, that benefits you. All right, so we're benefited because it's a big fight. We'll get that X amount of percentage for the sanctioning body, which is us, because you're repping our belt. Teo's a Honduran Latino champion. He'll go on to do good in New York City, perceivably, right? Like, that's what they're assuming. So that marriage, that union for them works, but the business has to work because, again, that wasn't part of the rules. Allegedly, the franchise champion only could lose the title. It couldn't be transferred to the person that beat the franchise champ, and they've changed that already in less than in a year, actually, in 1 year.
And listen, and putting yourself in this situation, right? We heard him come on the WBC president on this show and say, listen, give it a chance. Give it a chance. Let us know in 2 years, what you think. And I said, okay, we'll do that. But these types of issues are never going to stop. We can give them 2 years. We can give them 20 years. They're always going to circle back like this when you play fast and loose with the rules. Because what was going to happen? What did they think was going to happen when you had a matchup with a guy like Teofimo Lopez, who's recognized as the best in the world if he beats Lomachenko at that weight class, right? So then you put yourself in a situation every single time, no matter what, it's always going to come back to that. Why didn't he get a belt? Why isn't he the champion? how did these two guys fight? And then all of a sudden, it's just maddening, and it's always going to be an issue. It doesn't matter how long we give them. It's a gaping hole in the idea.
Yeah, man. But I wanted to talk about it because I'm franchise tag is something that people don't like, and it's just gotten a little bit worse, right? Like,
all right. Okay, so pause. We're gonna do this Wayne's World style. Now, y'all tell me what fourth topic y'all would have rather had: Ness's topic or my topic, where we talk about Tyson Fury calling out Drew McIntyre, who's a big wrestler in WWE, the world champion right now, and from the UK, meaning that he would go. You see, but now you're swaying the audience. That's what you're doing. You're swaying the audience. The votes are over. That's it. This is rigged. No, I was playing.
I don't even know who that dude is.
I was just joking.
Who is
no,
that dude?
Listen, I'm trolling. No. Listen,
the fuck is that
the reason
guy?
why I wanted to bring it up is because I feel like what he's doing. No, listen. I had a spin for it. It wasn't that alone.
I think they said CYP got a counter punch.
Counter punch by CYP.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me double check.
Real quick, the only reason I wanted to make that a topic was because I felt like he was doing that to kind of put a little pressure on everyone to make a boxing fight by the end of the year, like threatening to go to WWE, because he did put out a video calling out Drew McIntyre, and I felt that was what was interesting about it. But yeah, I agree. The other topic you came up with was better.
CYP counterpunch.
All right, listen to this. I find it funny and hypocritical that Devin Haney is somehow not the real WBC champion when Lomachenko gave his belt up just so he didn't have to fight him. But when Riddick Bowe gave his belt up, then Lennox Lewis got the belt. That would mean Lennox Lewis was not really WBC champion. Oliver McCall knocked him out. He wasn't the real WBC champion. So Hakeem Rahman knocked him out. So all these dudes were not real WBC champions because Riddick Bowe gave his belt up. So the real WBC champion all along was Evander Holyfield. No, that's not how history went down. That's not how people said it. But now all of a sudden, it's different. I think when the European gets involved with this, all of a sudden the rules change. When it was two brothers that did it, nobody was confused. Nobody was confused when the brother dropped his belt. But when it comes to the European dropping his, all of a sudden the black dude's not a real champion. Keep that same energy.
Cut it. He's talking to the chat. So I think we are at. That's it.
Yo, the wrestling thing. I've seen it live, right? I've seen his interview live. I didn't even understand it, man, because I don't watch wrestling like that. I know he was talking about some dude. I don't know dude he was talking about.
He's from the UK.
Yeah, I don't know him, but it was more. It was more of a joke, I think. Like he was saying, hey, you know what? Because I think, the guy on the interview told him something like, oh, if for any reason Wilder is not fighting in December, then Tyson Fury just say, oh, let me ask you another question. Do you know something I don't know? Because as far as I'm concerned, Wilder is fighting. And then after that, he just went on to just say well, anyway, if he's not fighting, then I'm ready to fight in December, and I'd rather fight, I want to fight AJ in December. And if it's not happening, I'll fight whoever from
and I
the
think he even said I just thought about who I want to punch in the face is kind of how he put it, so he was being cheeky to coin a phrase.
He was just joking.
He was just being joking. Yeah, no, I know. I just
thought
it was interesting.
Honestly, since we're talking about this, I really want something to happen already. I'm tired of all these interviews suggesting a Fury AJ.
100.
When we have this contract, I get guys all day yo, look, AJ is saying he'll knock out Fury in 6 rounds. You should do a show. Look, Tyson is saying he'll knock out AJ in 1 round. You should do a show. Look, they're saying they're going to fight in December, and they want to fight in December if Wilder don't take the fight. You should do a show. And it's just bro, until Team Wilder says they ain't taking a fight, all that is just BS. It's just BS.
Yeah, but that was the question he was asked, right? He was asked by the interviewer. And he answered it the best way he could. He said, I don't know what's going on with the Wilder situation, but apart from what we have in the contract, right? So is there anything that I don't? And he just smiled, right? So leaving a lot of things for interpretation and stuff like that. Like, I mean, this
You're
is the
saying
media,
Fury
right? They just want
smiled.
people to talk about stuff, right?
You're saying
So,
Fury smiled, right?
yeah, like Fury was just like, denying it, but
Fury
not
also called
completely
Daniel
denying it.
Dubois.
So,
Didn't Fury also call Daniel Dubois Ivan Drago?
I mean, Fury was there to hype up like the Queensbury promotion card, right? So he was there just to hype things up.
You know what?
You know.
We should talk about that. He is a loyal dude. Or Frank
He understands.
Frank gives him a lot of side money, because that's not the first time that he goes to the Frank Warren Queensberry shows, pumps up all the Frank Warren guys, never talks bad about them, never talks bad about Frank, does commentating for Frank. So he's either getting paid or
But
he's
they
a
won't do
super
that.
nice
Like,
guy.
think about it. Like when it's your part of your, it's your promoter
Yeah, but
putting
he
on a
don't gotta
show,
build up
and
Dubois.
you're the face. Yeah, you don't have to. But when you're the face, and you're the guy that people want to see, not only you building Dubois, but you're building yourself up as well. You're just staying there, and they're gonna ask you a question about your fight. That's the same thing they did. Like they brought AJ for the white fight, right? So and AJ didn't go and just say, nah, he just said, hey, commiseration to Dillian, he will come back. Because at the end of the day, all those guys want to see each other again and make money together, right? So it's normal, man. That's what you do when you're part of a promotional outfit, man. You don't just play the castaway and don't come and support your promoter, right?
I don't know. I think he's a little more helpful, especially if you do, just some thinking, not real research, just some thinking about other fighters with other promotional companies. Do they talk this highly of the other fighters on the stable? I think that he goes above and beyond, but I could be wrong. But we're done, right? We're just gonna do news and notes. We got some notable wins.
Just the notes. Yes.
Notable wins
just some
this
notable
weekend. Marco Huck got a win in the heavyweight division.
Marco Huck.
Heavyweight?
Yeah, he moved up to heavyweight. He's training. We should be training with Andre Rozier and Son the Havoc. But
yeah, it was a heavyweight unanimous decision win in 10 rounds against Dennis Ludanowski. Is who he fought. Also in Germany, yeah. Another
so
fight
he
that
must
was
be
in
over there. That's crazy, because he was training with Andre, and it looks here like he got a no contest, accidental foul. Huck hit. So the last time he fought in America in that Foxwoods card, which was probably with Rozier, he had got a no contest. Then he must have went back during COVID or before COVID to Germany.
Looks like it. A fight that was out in Poland was I don't know. I never figured out how to say his last name.
Wait a minute.
Or his first name.
Wait a minute. His opponent came in at 335, bro.
What?
Yeah, bro.
Oh yeah, he did 335. Holy hell!
Say what?
No, I already said what.
That's a crazy.
Yeah, that's
why
a crazy weight.
That's why your man's coming on here trying to petition for these new super heavyweights, man.
I bet you
fought
look
this
him
guy.
up. He's just fat, and he need to get on a diet.
Well, he had also lost 3 fights in a row leading up to this. So I don't know. It's 13-5 now after last night. But also fighting this weekend that one was Esquiva Falcao, I think is how you say the last name, from Brazil. Top tier middleweight, highly ranked. He was successful in his main event against. Wait a minute. No, I don't know. I don't see it here anymore. I don't know who he fought. He fought somebody. Who else?
Hey, what happened?
This weekend also racking up the win is heavyweight Cassius Chaney. He's now with Salcido Sports.
What? He fought?
Yeah, he fought in Kissimmee. They got him a fight out in Florida. He's been out there.
That's
training
right.
with them.
I have those recorded.
He fought Chauncey Weaver. Chauncey Weaver came in at 378, but Chauncey Weaver is a career journeyman that has been in with a lot of heavyweights and only stopped 4 times out of 70 fights. Very big guy in terms of weight, but durable. And, it's a COVID fight. But I'm only bringing up Chauncey and telling you who he is because remember, and I'm gonna screen share. Chris Lovejoy was supposed to fight this dude, and then COVID hit, and that fight was off. But this is Chauncey Weaver. Remember, he was supposed to fight him, but Cassius Chaney knocked him out in 4, and you know, they're happy about that. You know, not too many people have knocked out Weaver. You know, so whatever. Just wanted to let y'all know. We are also going to have him on the show sometime next week because we're pretty booked this week. But we'll be having him on the show. If you want to ask him a question, you can. It's already out on Patreon.com /The Boxing Voice, where you can ask Cassius Chaney a question. As
you said
part of
Chauncey Weaver. It's Welliver.
Welliver. There you go, brother. You know I'm not the best pronunciator when it comes to these last names.
You really had me chasing for Weaver.
I was looking at the chat with like Doomy asking for Chauncey Weaver, and then looking at your screen share with Welliver, and I was like, what?
Welliver. Yo, so I just wanted to make sure that, because I didn't see you had him in there, and you know, I think that it's pretty cool that Herman Saicedo was able to. It was a Caicedo, you said, right? Doomy?
Yeah.
There you go. Another butchered last name, even in Spanish. So Herman Caicedo, we know that he kind of manages and gets little fights for guys, and he kept them busy during COVID. So if you're Cassius, you were with main events, they weren't doing much of nothing, and at least these guys are getting you top-notch sparring. You know, they're helping you better your craft, and then on top of that, they got you a fight to get the rust off. So, you know, shout out to them.
The Hilliard Hammer.
Shout out.
The what?
The Hilliard Hammer. That was Chauncey Welliver's nickname.
Welliver's. Yeah, man, it would have been good to see Chris Lovejoy. That's why I was more excited. Like, damn, this guy was supposed to fight. And I remember having Chris on the show, and he's like, nah, you know, we got this fight, but let's see, man. He might pull out. And, yo, he got a better offer.
Call him better offer.
Well, that was it. No, actually, also Navarrete and Ruben Villa are near finalized for WBO showdown for the WBO belt. He was supposed to fight
going up.
Yeah,
he was going up. He was supposed to fight Magdaleno, and Magdaleno didn't take the measly $250,000 offer because you know, he's like, yo, I'm a former world champion. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just paid
superstar move.
You just paid a dude $400,000 to fight a can on COVID. Like, damn, can I get a little bit more? Top Rank playing hard ball, man. Top Rank playing hard ball,
man.
Yo, I hear Shakur's a brand, but guess what happens if Maldonado wins a title? He's a Mexican, you know, and you put him in with Shakur because they're in the same division.
He's been looking shaky.
Or actually, that's the belt that the Shakur dropped, right? They fighting for the belt Shakur just dropped, the 126.
Yes.
So, yeah. I mean, believe me, man. Magdaleno, you know, they can still set him up versus their other guys. But I hear them. They're being tight with the money. Very tight with the money. Because, damn, $250 is all they get for a title shot? And
that's that COVID.
And you already been a champ. That's all. I'm just like, okay. But look, let's open up these phone lines. Let's get out here.
Just before you do that, like I know that we talked a lot about the Pick'em list league. So I'm just gonna read you the fights for next week. Right? It's a slower week. So we've got like 2 shows really. Like one on September the 2nd in England. So that's a Wednesday fight night, and the 2 fights we've got on that card are Philip Bowes versus like Hakeem Ennis Brown, which is like a Commonwealth and British title at junior welterweights. And then you have like Dan Aziz versus Andre Sterling, again British title at light heavyweight. So the other fights we proposing not to put them on the card because it will be difficult for you guys to know anything on those guys. So moving on to the ESPN card on next weekend on Saturday. So Jamal Herring versus Jonathan Oquendo. Again, like 12 rounder at the
Steve
lightweight
Nelson.
title.
You got to put that on there. Steve Nelson's fighting DeAndre Ware.
Yeah, so we got that. So we got Steven Nelson versus DeAndre Ware next at super middleweight.
Yo, Jared
10 rounder.
Anderson is fighting Rodney Hernandez. Remember, that's a step
Yeah,
up
wait,
journeyman.
we getting to it, bro. Just 1 second. Then the next one again is Jared Anderson versus Rodney Hernandez. We don't know how many rounds is that is. And then the last fight that we have on there is DeAndre Smith versus Cristofer Gonzalez. So we're not like I didn't know personally like DeAndre Smith or Cristofer Gonzalez, but we've seen that those two fighters are like 8 fights each. There's enough tape to watch like either of those. And I thought that you guys might know DeAndre Smith because he's like an Atlanta fighter, so maybe he's known to some of you guys and some of the callers. So
Hell no, he a welterweight, bro. Who is this guy?
there you go. So like I don't know, maybe someone like Intrigue, if he knows like the scene in Atlanta, will know and be able to let us know, right?
Nah, bro. 8-0, 28 years old. I
Hey.
hear you, champ. What? He been
one of them
boxing
is getting
since
built.
2012.
One of them is getting built, man. Like so.
Bruh,
Like, anyway,
he went to jail, man. He was missing for 5 years, bro. He started at 2012. He was fighting consistently in 2014. He just going to jail. Kid happened. He had a kid, job. I don't know, but 5 years out the game.
there you go. But anyway, those fights are there, and let me know if we're missing any other fights. But it's a slow week, so only 6
and
fights
it's
to
in the
pick from.
bubble. It's in the bubble.
There you go.
Call you Bubblehead.
I don't know these dudes, yo. Who's this Cristofer Gonzalez kid from Arizona?
Who's Popeye? I don't know.
Who's Popeye? Yo, you want to talk about Popeye, yeah?
Popeye.
Popeye is probably going to be an opponent of Dion, the Equalizer, Nicholson. From Alabama. From Alabama. You know what I'm saying? Last time out, Dion was looking real good, stepping up in competition because, we all know that he was being built up in Alabama with Wilder's manager. So they were building him locally. And, he took that step up. I think it was versus Earl Newman, bro. Earl Newman. Dion Nicholson. Yeah, man. So I'm hearing that he might get that fight. I'm going to say that, I mean, it's not confirmation, but he reposted it. He in the comment section saying he'll knock him out in 4. Popeye hit me back. I told him I want to get him on. I told him next Friday. We'll talk to him. I'm hearing it might be at a catchweight. I mean, look, he's 18-0, 13 KOs, no losses. You got Dion, Nicholson. He is 13-0 with 12 KOs, And like I said, man, step up was his last fight. This one, I don't really know Popeye. I watched the tape. He got some fights out there. He's with Star Boxing, He fights with his hands down, man. I mean, he could take a good shot, though. This kid Howard hit him with, 4 straight back-to-back. Or at least 1-2s, right? So, setting him up with the jab and then hit him with that right hand. And he stood up, and he held, and he's got some dog in him. But if this is who's on the chopping block for Dion, I'm excited. I want to see it. I'm glad they're getting him back because, I mean, he hasn't fought since February, 2020, February 1st, it looks like they got him down there. So, he definitely needs this. And you don't want to lose that momentum. I hear it's a catchweight, and that's a good thing. I'd rather him not be at cruiserweight, 5'11". Bradley is 5'8" as a welterweight. 5'11" ain't too big. You know what I mean? If he could, and he's punching like that, if he could get down to that 75 maybe, that would be good for him. And I would want to see that. And, he's a friend of the show. If he gets this fight, I'm probably going to go check him out, man. Give him that coverage. But just wanted to say that. What you think? You seen anything? You found anything on Popeye, or you just asking?
No, I was just asking. I haven't gotten in deep into it, but
Richie Rivera
for some reason,
is his name. Richie Rivera.
Richie Rivera.
Yeah, Richard Rivera.
You ever seen him before? I feel like I've seen him before.
I've never seen him, but he's from Connecticut. Coach Myers knows him. I put it in Patreon. A few people know him. Lewis also knows him. So it's pretty cool that we got the community there, man. I put his box rec in the community, and because listen, it's beating the odds, champ. It's beating the odds. Together we gonna beat them odds, and when this fight hits the line, we'll have the inside scoop. But when you go through Rivera's box rack, nothing there. But we been here before. Most recently with Congo, right? Like Congo was said to have nothing on his resume until he
Nesbitt.
until he put something on his resume. So, but let's open up the phone lines and get this thing going.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! I'm ready!
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
If you haven't already done so, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. It helps with the visibility of the show. And don't forget to subscribe. We're trying to get to 116,000. I'm refreshing. Last time we checked, we were at 115,803. And it looks like we're at 115,826. So that's a good number to start off with. Let's go ahead and turn that into 16,000. We only need about 100 and something more just to get to 116,000. Let's get to that goal. Help us reach that milestone. Only you can do it. Like I said, man, if you got to grab your daughter's iPad, grab it and subscribe. Why? Because numbers is powers. We'll get the views on our own. We need them numbers for the power, for the interviews that are escaping us. We got a super chat from Teddy B. Midwest Sports Talk says, Ugas fights Saturday, not on BoxRec though.
It definitely not on BoxRec because we didn't see it, and it's not on the ESPN schedule either. So if you know who is fighting, let us know.
He's supposed to be fighting Abel Ramos. Abel Ramos for a belt.
We're gonna review the fights on Tuesdays as well. So anything that we're missing or any fights that are dropping out or opponent changing, we can just add them to the list as well. So
and Mitty, when is the limit or the deadline to send in your pro league fee?
It's Thursday midnight.
No, but that's for the picks, right?
Yeah, same
and
thing.
for the
same
fee.
thing.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah.
Got a super chat.
And one thing, so remember, there are 2 fights. The UK fights are taking place on Wednesday evening, so you should just put the deadline for those polls on Tuesday at midnight, meaning they have the whole of Tuesday, right? So, yeah.
Yo, TJ said, did you read his last super chat?
Nah, that's what I was getting to. Brian to take out Tex, then PBC tournament. Love it.
And real quick, go ahead and let's. I guess we're gonna have to start doing this now.
Well, let me just read Savant's super chat. They ain't 10 steps ahead of nobody. Get that French fry garbage out of here. They know people were not buying the undisputed narrative. WBC is trash.
All right. Well, we got the reigning defending Pick'em League champ just signed up for the Pro League for the next month, and he went all in. He paid for the whole month. So that means he's going to be there. And we're talking about Carlitos from the UK. Yep, Carlitos from the UK. And also,
That's
Ivan.
a good man, Carlitos.
Ivan also coming in, paying for the first.
Ivan, Ivan, come on. Oh, Ivan Diaz, like casual bass guy.
Yep,
Okay, cool.
he's paying for
Like,
the
I'm not
first
gonna
2 weeks.
criticize anybody or anything. Like, if you got the money, you don't got the money. But there's nothing worse than when I would play like fantasy with somebody or pick'ems or whatever, and they would win, and then they would just bounce, and like they take all that money, they were gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, instead of like, oh, let me see if I can win again.
Well, shout
But,
out
shout out to Carlitos.
Shout out
share
to
the money with
Carlitos,
you?
still there.
Yeah, man, give me a chance to win it back. I want my money back.
Yo, TJ says, Ugas
yo.
Ramos, September 6th. Champ, read my last super chat. Yeah, I did, champion.
Yo, once Carlito won, I hit him up in the DM like, yo, you won, yo. I want to see you become a boomerang. You know what I'm saying? Get that upgrade on. Get that upgrade on with some of that free money, champ. But
He said, I'm out.
But let's go out to the callers, man. We got to all the sponsors. We're going to go to first up, looking like Info Joe, the creator of the Pick'em League. You inspired it, man. You believed it. Like Kevin Costner, you built it, and now they're here, champ. How do you feel about that? Info Joe in California. What's going on?
Mr. Info Joe.
This portion of the show we call In the
Mr.
Know,
Info Joe.
presented by my brother.
Yo, am I clear?
Loud and clear,
Clear, champ.
Yo, man, you know I was worried all this month, and I'm happy to know that everything worked out fine with it, man. Like this first month went real smooth. I'm stuttering right now. Real smooth, man. That's that butt. But shout out to Carlito, man, the first ever pro league picker of the month, man. You deserve all the props. You picked out of everybody, all the top picks, man, in the pro league. And shout out to the real Naija Chick. I guess that when they say ladies first, you are the ladies first because you are the first woman to win. You know what I'm saying? Out of all the men, out of 115 people that made their picks, majority 99.9 are men, and you picked up better picks than all of us. Hey, man, shout out to you. Trey, man, if you would have paid into the prize, into the pro league, you would have won. So I think you need to jump on over, man, to the pro league. And real Naija Chick, you know you should jump over to the pro league. Yo, Ness, I've been talking about this since Matt was on the show, man. I would ask you at the end of the month, who picked the most? We would normally do on Thursdays, we pick them, and on Sunday, we eating crow. And I would ask you at the end of the month, well, who picked the most out of everybody? I don't know, Joe. We got to go back and listen to the whole show. You know what I'm saying? I threw the paper away. Or Mike could throw the paper away. Or you throw the paper away of what y'all had that week. But shout out to Mitty. We got a system going. We added Steve Pass. He's going to help us try to navigate and pick through the fights. Some of the fights that we choose on Sundays, they're not up on Box Rec. So we're going to come back Tuesday. We got to add some. Y'all be ready to look and check on Tuesday and see if we added some more fights. And, man, shout out to the boxing guys, man. I'm glad everything went smooth. Carlito, enjoy your prize. I'm coming for that #1 spot. And Mario, I'm not going to listen to none of your picks no more. I think you like number 9. Hey, I'm coming, man. Out of 33 fights, I got 22 right. So I'm in there. Brandon, I think you came in second in the pro league. So you right there too, champ. So, hey, this is for all y'all. You think you're going to box wreck your way out into a victory? It ain't going to happen. You're going to have to do some real film study and some box wreck and go with a little bit of luck. And hopefully the prize will get bigger. More y'all come over to the pro league and we will see what's popping. Far as the fights this weekend, man, I thought Ramirez won. I gave it like an 8-4. The dude, man, before he landed the punch, he already moving. Postol, man, he never sat down on none of his punches. I thought Ramirez landed the hardest shots. And I think that's all I got, gentlemen. Man, shout out to the boxing guys and shout out to the winners of the Pick'em League. And at the end of the year, that's the Grandmaster Caller. We're going to total up all the wins and losses. And whoever has the most picks at the end of the year right is the Grandmaster Caller of the Year, Fight Pick'em League. That's all I got, champs.
Shout out to Joe, man. Definitely giving us a system that we can use for many years to come. We used to give away awards. I think the last year we gave awards was 2017. Very nice awards imported from Canada. And, now we have more reason, man, and more data to really find those callers of the year and pickers of the year and all that stuff, man. So this has been a great addition. I think I seen L Dog asking if it's a pick'em league. It is a fantasy pick'em league. We have amateur and pro, but you can check all those details out. Make sure you check out the rules on Patreon for those that don't know and want to, I guess, be a part of it. All right, you do have to meet certain deadlines, and we are not responsible if you do not check Patreon to make your pick. And if you are part of the Pro League, you have to pay your weekly fee, either one shot for the month or each week. And you are responsible for that as well. Or your points will not count towards the Pro League, and instead they'll go towards the Amateur League, and it's still good. I'm in the Amateur League, you know what I mean? I'm like Naija. I'm going the slow route. We're gonna develop me properly. I'm gonna get my amateur background and experience. Then I'll go into the Pro League. I'm not ready for that. She did phenomenal. I mean, she's got how many fights was it? She got 29 points out of 32 fights. 33. So man, she's an amateur. 33 fights, 29 wins. She killed it. You know, I'm only like 25 wins. I probably want to do a whole nother season of amateur, you know, see if I could rack up some more amateur wins, and then I'll get back in there. I'll try and get in the Pro League. But we're going to J-Mac in New Orleans. What's going on?
You know how these bitches is in the sport. Total disrespect. Kid has no class, no style at all. I'm a gorilla, I'm a dog. I'm a dog, I'm a gorilla.
The smartest thing you can do is to stay away from terrorists.
It can't be the boogeyman if I'm chasing him. You want to bet on? You can bet 100,000 on that. Let's bet $1 million. Easy. Let's bet $1 million.
Yo, I'm just listening. Give both my calls to see what I pick.
You could only give the boomerang away, champ. Juan and BX, what up? Going once, twice. We got King Amin in Essex.
Just like the king is what I mean. The king is what I mean.
Yo, TBV, I got something to say about this Pick'em League. Hey, yo, Ness, I had hit you, man. And look, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I just remember one week I was tied for second or something along those lines, and all of a sudden I'm checking the spreadsheet and my name ain't even there. So I'm sure that was a clerical error. But I was asking you the other week because I didn't even know where I stood. You know, so I don't know if I just
comes out. You got to check it. The leaderboard has been posted every week. We post who's in charge and what's going on. But Mitty and Info Joe and now Steve, I have nothing to do with it. I just received the information and posted on Patreon. They have their own committee, and if you want to join them, you can join them.
I'll find you, right? You are in number 6, position number 6. You have 23 points. You know.
There you go, champ. There you go, champ. That means you got less points than me. Just saying.
I knew that was gonna happen. I ain't worried about that. So my pick for Tony Lewis and Barboza didn't go as planned, man. But Barboza didn't look all that hot to me. I don't know. And I'm not sticking up for Tony Lewis, but I said to myself, if Tony Lewis was gonna go, he should have been up out of there. But it is what it is. The real travesty, I don't care what nobody say, because I got eyes, man. Yo, Ramirez, because even Andre Ward looked unprofessional. Anybody with ears and eyes, Tim Bradley was like, yo, what are you talking about? Tim Bradley probably got pinched under the table by grandma or some shit because he was about to blow the whole lid off of Andre Ward being a professional rep for Top Rank instead of just being a professional boxing analyst. So it is what it is, man. Still a good weekend for boxing.
So you saying he was capping for Top Rank?
Oh, he was capping like a motherfucking like Abe Lincoln's hat. He was fucking capping. He was fucking Steve Stovepipe hatting. He was bullshit. He couldn't even justify at that point in the fight. There was no way Ramirez was controlling the pace. Not at that point in the fight. The first 3 rounds, it was kind of herky-jerky because Postol was doing his herky-jerk. But it was not. I'm just looking at, Ramirez just controlling the pace. I'm like, what the fuck are you watching? That was ridiculous when he said it. He knew he probably looked crazy when he said it. So, he was definitely cap. All cap. As the kids, as my son would say, cappity cap. But give me my crow, though, for Luis. I want to eat that crow, and then I'm out.
So what? Like Postol is not like a top ranked fighter?
I don't know, man. Postol been doing business with everybody. I know his manager is Vadim. I don't know, who he's with. And look, Vadim, if you go to his IG right now and then press translate Mario Dumi, or Midi, you can kind of get a sense for how he feels. And I don't know if it kind of maybe gives you the reason to believe that he's not with Top Rank, because I think he has a line in there about promoters and etc. So like,
I always thought he was
the point he's making is that Ramirez represents the bigger fights, and so they're like trying to keep the Top Rank.
I get it.
You know what I'm saying?
I get
that's
that.
been the narrative I've seen on Twitter.
But I get that. But you do have to be a little bit more careful in that sense when both your fighters are part of the promotion, right? When one of them is not part of it, then definitely they're not careful at all, right? So, but that's what.
No, and I was just explaining his part of it. Like I thought Ramirez won, so I scored it for him.
Mayorga not only trying to block Lewis from getting into the ring, he once told us he knocked down a horse. Remember that? But the horse got up at 4. And he did it with his left. The president-elect of Costa Rica guaranteed him $100,000 if his promise comes true of 3 or less. Promoter Don King said he's throwing a Corvette.
He says that he would like to thank God and Don King for this opportunity that he can go forward with his family and progress from poverty.
Shout out Don King, Roger Mayweather. Shout out Tybo, Riddick Bowe, Bo Mack, Bo Jackson, all them guys, man. Shout out to all of them. I know Tybo ain't a boxer, but his name Bo like mine, Bo from Bama. But yeah, man, I just be listening more than anything, Ness. I don't really be always trying to chime in, but the Abraham Martinez Luis Arcon fight, I had big money on that one, and it ended in a draw. Martinez got knocked down in the last round. That was some bullshit. Also, the Caleb Truex, I had big money on that one too. He would have smoked Angulo last night, but you know what I'm saying? That fight got called off, so all my money got given back to me by Bovada. Shout out to that, you know what I'm saying? But I feel I would have won big this weekend. Jose Ramirez, I'm looking forward to betting against him. I feel he especially if he getting there with Josh Taylor gonna do his thing like he always do. I like that guy. I'm looking forward to this upcoming weekend fight. I don't know who's fighting yet, but I like betting. I like watching all the fights. I always watch all the scraps. And one last thing, I want JP to spit the bars he spit on boxing bars one more time, man. I feel he should have won that fight against Doomy. I feel he ate Doomy for lunch. I feel it was a robbery. girlfriend gate. Doomy girlfriend signed up. Was voting for him. Doomy had the grandma. Doomy made an account for his dog. All that. I feel like I feel like ECP promotion is like the Russians, man. They robbing the people of the real victor, the real winner. And I'm looking forward to next week's Boxing Bars as well. Shout out Mario, the champ. Yeah, that way. That's all I got. Shout out Don King once again, bringing fighters from poverty. Shout out Roger Mayweather as well, the original Black Mamba. I'm out, man.
Thanks, Bo.
Yo, Bo is too good, man. He mentioned a fight that we didn't talk about, though. That's true. Like that Martinez
I watched
dude,
that fight with
in the last 10 seconds, 20 seconds, he went in exchange with dude and he got dropped when he was winning that fight, I felt. And he got a draw, right? But yeah, man, a good call, man. Yo, and the next thing I need to ask him, though, it has to be sarcastic, right? When he talks about donking and bringing fighters out of poverty. But, you know, I like this, you know. His intro is fire, actually. See, I knocked out a horse. No, I knocked down a horse. The horse came
I love it.
The horse came up at 4, he said. The commentator. It's crazy, bro. Like, Bo from Bama.
All right, let's get to King Born on the road, hailing from Brooklyn.
When you see old dirty bastard form a position like that, then you know that I'm getting ready to bust your.
Yo, y'all hear me? Y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Listen, man. Yo, shout out to Clarice Tillman. That's my grandma, y'all. She turned 93 on Saturday. You heard? Fun fact, when she was 85, you know, this lady was beefing with her. So, you know, my grandma hit her with the 1-2. Yo, Mitty, it wasn't that technical. It was kind of like she didn't really bend her legs that good, but she hit her with the 1-2 and dropped her. Word is born. At 85, my grandma dropped the lady 87 with the 1-2. Now let's get to this boxing. Number one, right? Yo, listen, I think my grandma could beat Mom. I put my grandma in the ring against Mom. You know, remember Mom? They didn't throw her hands up. I think my grandma could knock out Mom. Word is born. Listen, Daniel Dubois, that was fluff. That was popcorn. That was nothing, man. And yo, get Kingsley eBay, eBay for that guy that Daniel Dubois beat. That Double D beat. You heard? Listen, man. What's up with yo, I saw the Ramirez fight, man. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something, man. Ramirez, stay your behind at 140. Don't come up. Stay where you at. Cause Taylor gonna knock your head off. You heard? Taylor gonna knock your head off. Hey, yo, man, listen, where my rank at in this amateur league, man? What's up, man? I hear all y'all UK guys that got all them damn UK fights that we never heard of. They all won. Ain't it funny how them UK cats won? I'm just saying. You heard? They got the inside grip. Hey, yo, Mitty, why don't you get some fighters from Africa, New Zealand, Australia? Make it fair. Where my number at, man? Hey, yo, listen, real talk. Yo, I'm going to tell you my picks, man, so you know what it is, right? Yo, Barboza won. That's for me. Elvis Rodriguez won. That's for me. Double D, Daniel Dubois won. That's for me. Sam Maxwell won. Yo, you even talk about Sam Maxwell, man. What's up? But I picked him. He won. I'm good. You heard? Erislandy Lara, got him. Alfredo and Golo Caleb Truax. That's a draw. And I got Sir.
Yo, I think he won Corner of the Year already, bro. This guy, shout out to your grandma, man. Happy birthday to her. And don't worry about the 1-2 not being technical, man. As long as she drops her, that's all good.
Yo, but you gotta holla at Info Joe if you feel like it's some fights you missing or that we missing. You know, Joe is there. He's the committee. We're going out to
But
see.
like we do that, like, so we have that call anyway. And just so that you know, you're number 11, King Bone, like with 17 points.
Damn.
Like, but I think
Yo,
you
next
missed your
time
first
ask him
week.
in a DM, dog. Like, you don't need to let the whole world know your score down there.
He asked me, man. He said, where's my number? Like, you're number 11, bro.
Sheesh. That wasn't a.
Yeah, I thought you and Info Joe picked great fights this the first week. I felt like there were a little too many, and after that, like, it was adjusted, and I feel like y'all didn't miss any fights that we wanted. You know, maybe like one or two from like a Ness guy or like, like a, casual guy, like whoever, you know what I mean? Like maybe somebody had a special fit, but it wasn't somebody that we all recognized or whatever. And so, I felt like the fights y'all got were solid.
Let me get to CYP.
Yo, came to drop something on you real quick. Well, one thing I don't like is hypocrisy, and UK fans do a lot of that. And the reason why I'm gonna say that is Lennox Lewis was gifted the WBC title. Gifted. Look at the dates. He was gifted. Look at the article. They gave it to him. He didn't fight in no fight for that. Same thing as Charlo. He didn't fight in a fight for that. Same thing as Haney. They didn't fight in a fight for that. The mandatory challenger, the mandatory champion did not want to fight them dudes. They gave up the belts. It's very simple. If we're not going to call Lennox Lewis a paper champion, then you know what you just do to Lennox Lewis' whole career? If you delegitimize guys being gifted belts now? Remember, he was the first one to be gifted a belt, and nobody had a complaint. Nobody thought, oh, man, you're not a real champion. Nobody thought, oh, Oliver McCall's not a real champion. Michael Moore is not a real champion. Nobody said they're not real WBC champions. Nobody said that. But it seems to me now, if Teofimo beats Lomachenko, he's the real W. No, he's not. Because they didn't say Evander Holyfield was the real WBC champion, but he beat Riddick Bowe. You say that works? They gave the other champions their respect. But it seems funny to me in this internet generation where everybody's an expert on something but don't know the facts. Sometimes you can hate so much on somebody else that it makes you look even worse. Like, I ask y'all, please take some CYP. Take my CYP advice. Study before you talk, because you're making a fool of yourself. Now, if y'all want to go ahead and make Devin Haney a fake champion and Charlo a fake champion, be my guest. Then that kills Lennox Lewis's resume. It kills it. That means he didn't even become champion until he was like 33, 34 years old. That's what that would do to him. Take 4 years away from being champion, make him champion with all that time before he faced the champion. Come on, man. Use your brains. If a dude don't want to fight you and he ducks you, that's on him. That's not on the guy who receives the belt. It just kills me. It depends on who it is. Y'all pick and choose who y'all want to like and who y'all want to support. Keep your narratives the same. Keep your criteria the same. Everybody knows Canelo did not want to fight Charlo. Everybody knows Loma did not want to fight Devin Haney. Okay, we can move on from that. Why can't we enjoy boxing the way it goes on, just like that? Root for Tio if you want to. Root for Loma if you want to. But don't go disrespecting Devin Haney. Don't go disrespecting Charlo, because none of y'all cats disrespecting Lennox Lewis. If anybody got something to say against facts, before you reply, look it up before you argue with me, and stop trying to make it seem like I make up stuff. This is fact versus fiction. CYP out. Thank you.
CYP, we going out to Real Naija Chick, the amateur standout winner at the TBV Fantasy Pick'em League.
Hey, I'm literally just listening. Like, it just makes me laugh when people come on the show and they give you all the big talk, and they had the opportunity to back up their talk on the Pick'em leagues, and they didn't even join in. Like, dude, don't talk about being the wealth of knowledge when it comes to boxing, and you can't even pick fights. Like, please, just stop it. And you guys know who I'm talking about, but I'm not even going to dignify by calling out a name. But anyway, I'm done. Thanks, Ness. It's been fun this week. I'm looking forward to next month's Pick'em Leagues. Thank you. That's my call. Bye.
Bye. All right. Real Naija Chick, who did come in number one.
Enjoy the crown while it lasts.
Well, I mean, look.
I'm saying I'm coming for her. Is what I'm saying.
I think she's host worthy, man. I mean, she picked them all right, man. She's ready.
Damn, you heard Ness? He said if she beats me this month, then I'm gone.
Yo, shout out to my Jimbe. People paying for the month, coach. They want to force themselves not to get out, because when you do it the way Mario done it, you already setting yourself up for a loss.
But my Jimbe's been doing that. So
nah. Mario is subconsciously losing because he's dipping his toe in each week. If he
Let
would
me
go
tell you
all
why,
in,
though. I did that.
If you would go all in, you would pick better. But each week you like,
I am going all in this month.
Yeah,
I didn't understand it the first month. I thought we were playing $5 each week, and the winner was winning that pot. I would have put the 20 in from the beginning, but I didn't know until I'd already put $10 in that it was like that. So then once I knew I was going to win this month, I was like, well, I'm not going to waste the 5. I'm just going to put my whole 20 in for September.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know it was weekly either. I'm like, what the hell? I thought it was 5 only once, and then it was like 4 times. I'm like, what the hell? So yeah, I didn't know. Again, I'm not part of it.
I agree though. Paying full 20 is the smarter route. It makes you committed. You know, that's what I do in every other fantasy or pick 'em or whatever I do. That's how we pay up front.
Why Trey said you got 15 points with 4 skull emojis? You're dead. You're dead.
I got 20.
Let me find out.
Naija
didn't mention who she was talking about. So let me find out she was talking about you. You know, all this big talk about your knowledge. You know? Right, Mitty? He be like, come to the betting show. Come to the bet. And it's like, yo, where's your picks at, champ? Put your thinking cap on for next week, bro. You can't be letting them do you like that. Sony also, what place is Sony in, champ? Let me have me points. Where's his points at?
Sony, I'll tell you, like Sony is Sony. Damn, where's Sony? In the league, in the pro league, he's got 10 points. He's in 9th position. But in the amateur league, where all his points count, Sony's got 19 points. 19 points, so he's in 10th position.
Oh, listen, Sony, don't even listen. This guy wasn't even a pro, so don't even worry about this guy.
Bruh, listen. The beauty about this league, there's amateur and pro, and that only the only difference is the fee. We fighting the same fights. We doing the same training camp. Yes, it is. It's the same training camp.
I would pick different if I wasn't pro.
Yeah. Well, that's why you lost.
I'll tell you right now.
That's why
I'll tell you what right now is, if you didn't force me to pick Gallimore when I wanted to go the other way, but you was like, yo, we got to ride with Gallimore. I was like, all right, man, I guess.
Bro, you're such a liar right now.
Always there for you, boxing boys.
Thank you, Eddie. This guy, I know somebody's got my back. This guy right here. What is he talking about, bro? Listen, Sony, I know you signed up. It's on you, Commish. You get your call. I know you signed up, man. You got to try and do better, man. Come on. 19 points, bro?
Yo, what's up, TBV? Can y'all hear me?
I hear you. Sony,
yeah, we got you.
Sony, you a truck driver too? I don't think I've ever asked you that because you always sound like you on the move.
Yeah, I'm a manager of a trucking company.
Okay, boss.
Hey, yo, bruh, I was talking to Info Jonas earlier. You know what? It's not even about the money. My sole purpose of this boxing league is to defeat Ness. That's my only purpose. I don't even care about the money. Dude, next month, I'm going to wipe you, bruh. I'm telling you. I swear I'm going to wipe you, bruh. The only reason I got 19 points is because, remember, the first week, I did not understand it. So I only got half my picks in. So if I would have got my full picks in, there's no way you would have beat me, champ. There's no way.
Well, that's dangerous. That's dangerous to know that he missed a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was that dangerous? How was that dangerous when I doubled them in points, bro? Like, come on, man. He's nowhere near.
Yeah, but who says he doesn't get that weekend and beat you with them numbers?
Whatever, bruv. Whatever.
Hey yo. But on with every time, like, much respect to the show. So I'm gonna start off with the fights first. Mario, I totally disagree with your point about Jose Ramirez. Look, dude, the way he fought Victor Postol, the dude, I did not understand it because I thought Victor Postol was holding his own with him.
Now, another thing, Angulo, yo, he is, those first 3 rounds, that dude was giving him that work. But there's something about Angulo. It's like he starts, and maybe you guys know better than me. Is that normal for him to start out slow and then start to gain speed towards the middle and end of the fights? Because the beginning rounds, he was getting wiped to me. Hey, yo, and last but not least, shout out to Real Naija Chick for winning. Shout out to Mitty and Info Joe. I hope boxing bars can be just as successful as the Pick'em League. And Ness, did you get the rankings? Peace and love.
I will check the rankings. I don't know why you like me checking them on there, but I hear you. CYP, you actually signed up for the boxing show poll, so you technically already signed up. You might as well just make them picks, champ. Make them picks.
Yeah, because you could just make them with that. You don't have to, put any money in the pot and just be in the amateur league. You don't have to put any money
in the pot. You could just be in the amateur league and still get the bragging rights because, even
it's
though
just a Patreon perk.
Even though Carlito won the prize, Naija's still the beast. She got like 29 points. That's insane. She had more points than everybody by a lot because Carlito won with 26.
Bragging rights, and you're right. But this is what I'm saying. You could keep the bragging rights each month if I can keep the money.
No, I hear you.
You know what I'm saying?
Prize.
That's what I said. I meant prize. Yeah.
But listen, I hear you. But she went that season in the amateur league. Damn, Mitty, cut out, champ. Don't worry about it. You could cut out if you got to, champ. I know it's late over there.
I'm good. I'm reading the chat, man. Don't worry about
Your
it.
eyes rolled in the back of your head right now. I had to catch them shits. Yo, let me go to Steve in Chicago, new member of the Pick'em League committee.
My town up in K-Town. Hey, Daddy, this a dollar beat.
I drink soda, I eat pizza, I hang out with chicks all day. These fighters still can't beat me. They fighting every day, they in the gym every day. Just give me 6 weeks, and I got it.
BoxingVoice.com.
Oh, what's up?
What up, champ?
What up?
I mean, your points ain't up. If anything, we still talking points in Pick'em League because yours is not up at all. I think you had like 9.
This guy over here loses like the rest of us and then hates on everybody else.
You be dirty after my call like you normally do. But Naija, she does deserve a lot of credit, man. She killed it. I was telling Mitty and Info Joe when we were talking earlier. She crushed everybody. So shout out to her. I told her that in the chat. But let me ask you and Mario a question, though, and this is just a yes or no answer. Don't you think that UK fans follow American boxers, but the American fans don't follow UK fighters for the most part? Yes or no?
I mean,
I would say you're majority right.
Really?
Because America's just so much bigger and boxing's not as popular. So I feel like UK loves boxing so much they pay attention to Australian fighters, Chinese fighters, more than Americans pay attention to Chinese fighters, Australian fighters. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not, we don't follow these guys. We don't know these guys like they do coming from over there, but they know our guys coming from where they're at.
Yeah, but they know our guys because it's the same argument. They are better boxing fans. Like, they follow boxers.
You want to call it like that? That's fine. But hey, okay.
I mean, listen, if a guy at 10-0 and 11-0 could sell out 13,000 tickets, bro, and Bradley as a world champ was only getting 2,000 in Palm Springs, yeah, that's impressive, man. They draw. It's not even that they draw. It's just that they fans love boxing. They just love boxing.
It also depends. I don't know if it's true to say that. Like, we know the fighters that make it past a certain level. There's a lot of
That's
fighters
a good point.
We don't know anything about those. Like, every time I look at the schedule, I'm like, I don't know those dudes, man. So that's not true.
All right. Now, okay, I don't want to debate it. I just wanted a yes or no answer. But Mario pretty much covered what needs to be said. So let me ask now, Ramirez and Postol, I scored that fight a draw. I'm not mad that Ramirez won, Matter of fact, I said after the fight, he's probably going to win, but the judges had it tight. You saw the scores. One judge had it a draw. Now, the thing I don't get, and Mario touched on it with Twitter, I'm not really on Twitter, but you had a segment of your audience last night saying how Taylor would smash Ramirez. Let's slow up on that. I don't know about that.
I hear you, Steve. Cut it. Stone Bone boxing. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say 704 is giving him his call also, just to let you know, like
All
to
right.
Steve, by the way.
All right. 704. I mean, Stone Bone boxing.
What up? What up? Y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, I kind of agree with Steve about that. Taylor smashing him, because it ain't like Taylor just went in there. He went to UD with Postal too, right? He didn't stop him or nothing, so I didn't see. I don't know, like, and that was
He went the distance.
Yeah, it was the distance, so it's not. Neither one of them looked like how Bud looked with him, where it was just basically like a 12-0 whitewash, where he didn't land a punch, he dropped him 3 times. Yeah, dropped him 3 times. So if you judging their fight on the fight against Postol, you basically saying that's a close fight. So either way, if you thought Taylor was the better fighter or you thought Ramirez was the better fighter, after you've seen them both fight Postol, that fight is closer than you thought it was either way. So whoever you favor, that's a close fight. I still favor Ramirez. I think that layoff, the on and off, the 4 different dates for this fight, I think he was rusty. You know what I mean? And I believe in ring rust. And if you just work through it and keep going, that's what I like to see. And it's not as if Taylor is an elite athlete or nothing. He's not. He's a decent boxer. He got good size. He doesn't have crazy power. Regis was still coming late in that fight. So it's not like he put little 5'6", 7" Regis out the way. And this is a 5'10", 5'11" Ramirez, Mexican style, great coaching. So if you were just to take the coaching aspect, you would say, all right, the fighters are pretty much even. Who is Josh Taylor's coaches? You know Robert Garcia, you're going to favor a game plan that Robert Garcia would have for a more methodical, bigger, plotty Josh Taylor. So Dubois looked decent. I think he beat Joyce. Erislandy, I hated when people was calling black boxers boring, but me and my girl was sitting there and I said, babe, I feel guilty because everything I always said when they said this was boring, he was boring. I don't know. Laura, maybe he step it up when he fight better competition, but that wasn't it last night. And I hope Navarrete keep winning and stay one division behind Shakur so he can get his tres leches just like Bud gonna get when he eat up Jose Ramirez for his Mexican dinner. But Shakur get the same thing when he eat Navarrete up, because they always gonna keep a guy behind him. Oh, this guy, can he beat Shakur? Can he beat Crawford? And you build a fight, and that's a good payday. And I'm gonna catch y'all in the morning.
I'm glad that he admitted the top ranked diet, how they always keep a guy behind them coming up, meaning the guy behind them got to move up, meaning the guy in front of them is superior. I'm glad.
Listen, I liked his call, right? Good call, but just one thing that I wanted to catch him up on, when he said he did a comparison of how Taylor did versus Postol against, and with how Terrence did against Postol. And they pretty much did the same thing. They both whitewashed Postol. And if you just, not even without watching the fight or anything, if you just go based on scorecard, they're pretty much the same scorecard, right? 119, 108. That's what Taylor did, like with Postol, right? So that was a whitewash too.
Damn, he had a 119, 108?
Yeah, I mean, all 3 cards were wide, and then it's pretty much the same card like Terrence Crawford did to Postol, right? So just to put it out there, let's not put the narrative that Taylor didn't smash Postol all 12 rounds either.
Crawford definitely shows he on another level.
But it also shows, too, that styles make fights. Like, at the end of the day, if you have a guy like Postol against the ropes, and not even against the ropes, like metaphorically I'm speaking, right? If you're dominating him in a fight, he's also a guy that doesn't really change levels. He changes he can alter his approach a bit, and he can, he has room to wiggle within his style, but he doesn't really change the game up. So it's like if you're dominating that guy, he's not gonna really find a way to come back. So I don't know, it's tough. Listen, these guys need to fight. Ramirez, Taylor need to fight.
Let me get to these super chats. We got a bunch and a counterpunch courtesy of TJ. So we're going to TJ, who says that King Born's getting his vote for Caller of the Year with a bunch of laughing out loud emojis. Then we got the Boxing Creed 215. 215, that's Philly. He says Double D did what he was supposed to do, right? Why people upset? Him and Joyce is still on. TJ comes back, says counterpunch for King Born. I gotta hear more about Grand. Tell me what that lady did to deserve that 2-piece no biscuit. Hashtag hilarious, hashtag coy. And another one from TJ who says only one, I guess he wanted to put one person can brag is, no, only one can brag is Carlito. Rest of y'all, nah, fam. Yeah, all right, whatever. What's TJ points?
Cough, Ness.
What's his points, dog? You know who said that? You know how they said the phrase, "Oh, money don't buy happiness." They say, "Oh, that only someone broke said that." And just his statement too is the same thing. Only someone with less points than me said that. What do you got? What do you got, Mitty? Watch this. Let me get the drum roll. I bet you he got less points.
What's the name again?
TJ. Tracy.
TJ.
Tracy on Patreon.
On Patreon, what's the name on Patreon?
Tracy Revenator, Revenator, I think. Right, TJ? Ain't that you? Oops.
Let me see. Tracy.
He fell asleep like he do for his rap battles. He got 2 losses because he be falling asleep.
Tracy, like with Y, right?
Yeah.
Tracy.
Yeah.
Ain't no Tracy here.
There you go.
I don't see Tracy. I don't see TJ anywhere.
There you go. TJ, what's going on, bruv?
Well, maybe he didn't pick. He's just saying that you can't.
Give like a different name.
He's just saying you can't brag unless you won. That's all he's saying.
Bruh, Steve is number 9. I am like 4. Hell yeah, I could brag.
Oh, all right.
Like, what you mean? You behind me, dog.
You could brag. It just don't really mean nothing because we all lost. You lost just like me.
Third place gets bronze.
Bro, you got 4. What are you talking about?
I'm saying, but I'm shooting for the stars. Is all I'm saying.
Yo, you know what? I'm shooting for first place, so that's the difference between us.
Man, you lost, bruh.
Lost.
But you lost worse than me. That's what I'm saying. That's my point. That's why I'm glad Info Joe made this. It's like you can't just say you lost.
Bro, let me tell you, if I know that I have to deal with this every end of the month, I'm not losing no more, bro.
I found Tracy. Tracy with like there's an E in between.
Wait, let me get to my main soundboard because I know I'm a freaking laugh. I know I'm a laugh, so I'm gonna get the soundboard. He's ready for his ass. What he got?
He got 8 points and position number 19.
I knew it. See, that's why he doesn't want no one to brag but Carlito, and he wants to put us all in the same basket. I am not in your... how many points he got? 8 points? Bro, you did worse. Yeah. He did worse than Steve, bro. What position is he in?
2 levels, the winner level and the loser level.
Steve didn't do bad, bro.
Steve is in 9th place. Steve is in.
Yeah, remember he missed a whole bunch of.
Steve is exactly who he hates.
Bunch, right?
No,
so no. 20
Steve,
points.
Listen to me. Listen to me,
20's not bad.
Steve is exactly who he hates today, and until he gets re-ranked, he's in 9th place. He's Dillian White. He's Dillian White. You know, not me. I'm 504. I'm top 504. All right? That sound good to me. The only ones in front of me is Carlito, Naija, maybe a Mitty here and there. Like, that ain't bad.
Here and there.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, we're going to go out to the counterpunch from King Born, courtesy of TJ. King Born, where you at? Finish. He wants the grandma story.
Hey, yo, you hear me?
Yep.
You hear me? This how I jumped off, right? All right. What I heard was a lady was like beefing with my grandma, like saying slick shit, right? So, yo, it was like, you know, somebody keep nagging you and nagging you and nagging you. And, you know, my grandma Virgo, you know what I mean? So she just like, yo, what's that you said? And lady tried to puff up, thinking my grandma sucker. Grandma no sucker. You know what I mean? And my grandma hit her with the 1-2. When I found out this shit, y'all, I was on the ground rolling. I said, Grandma, what happened? The lady was bothering me, Keefy. Well, that's my real name, Keith, y'all. Quiet. The lady was bothering me, Keefy, and I just got mad. I just socked her. I just punched her. But it looked, yo, she was so mechanical, man. It looked like some rock'em sock'em robot, y'all. Shit was wild. Shit was wild. So at 85, you never too old to throw your hands and somebody get on your nerves, y'all. Peace.
All right, we going to looking like Trey in the Bay. What up? Trey in the
What
Bay.
up, Ness? What up? What up? What up? I had some sirens and shit going by. You get my call to Stonebone, man, or NO. I was in and out, man, so I didn't hear the whole show. But shout out to Queen Naija.
All right.
And I guess Carlitos too. All right, that's my call.
I guess Carlitos too. Yo, funny. Let's see. So Stonebone got a boomerang courtesy of Trey. And if you don't want it, NO is available. I'm going to go to NO on his first call. NO, what up, champ?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you a young fella. And he comes from the Magnolia.
I'm an audio sound. That's what I'm looking like.
Good, you good.
All right. Man, I wish I'd have made my best on it. I gotta get in that pro league, man. Cause like, I don't know, bro. Only thing about that pro league, I gotta see what the rules is, bro. We gotta tighten up on that. We can't have all that UK boxing in it, bro. Just like, you know, like we gotta do all the top level fight. It ain't just the UK.
Hey, listen.
We gotta start.
You got a representative in the back call. You were always in the back call. You got to do is contact Joe. If you feel there's some fights that belong there, contact Joe and Steve. Joe and Steve are part of the committee.
Cool. And look, I want to touch on that topic I heard y'all speaking on right quick. As far as like, man, saying that, bro, I think a lot of U.S. boxers that's not as famous as they need to be. Man, them dudes would be superstars in the UK, bro. I know y'all gonna argue that point.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, so you can't say it's not a difference, though. Y'all saying there's no difference.
I am saying I'm saying it. Mitty's saying ain't no difference. I'm saying the UK loves boxing more. If Wilder would have went to the UK early after he fought Audley Harrison, look at how they received him then. And what if he'd have just stood there? Man, he would have been huge over there. You know.
But look, though,
I think it would transcended over here as well.
Real talk, with the personalities and everything we be having over here, man, I think that shit will clean up. And this another thing. Look, Mitty, you got to realize, bro, I know y'all feel like this shit don't matter, but all them other sports, man, that's a lot of competition, bro. That's a lot of competition for boxing, bro. It's too many different sports. That's my call, Luke.
Yeah, no, that wasn't even what I was saying. I was saying that, you know, we do pay attention to the US fighters, but only the one that breach a certain level. I'm telling you, like, you know, dude that we've never heard of, like, we see them like on every single schedule, whether it's like UK ones or US ones. If you haven't got to a certain point where you picked up by a TV network, how are we gonna find out about you? Come on, just think about it. Those guys have to be put on an undercard on a TV for us to know about it. And the dude that we're talking about, most of them don't get on those undercards. So just apply that logic. Like, we don't just follow anyone just like that because it's boxing and we say, oh, I'm going to try to find out about everyone in the US, right? So I'm following what's available to me. You know.
Yeah, I mean, look, if Americans feel it's a huge difference, then, managers and promoters need to start thinking about building their fighter in
But
the
they do
UK
like
scene.
what's the name? Like, isn't it like Sims Jr. that came to the
That was the
US? Like
example I was going to
that
use.
came to the UK,
Yeah.
and he got like some attention because he was picked up by a promoter that puts him on cards that makes it available to us. Before that, I know who Sims Jr. was. You need to have that exposure, that TV exposure, or come to the country where you want to get the exposure for us to pay attention. We just don't automatically say, oh, that's a US fighter. Let me go and just follow him. Like, how are we going to know? Where did we see you? You know?
Yo, first of all, super chat from TJ, who's all wrong. He says, now go and show how many times I voted. Only 1 week, but put your money up, scrub. He said, I'll pick all month if I get more. What did he say? It disappeared on me. If I get more than I guess he meant your $30 and TBV gear. And that's, first things first, is more than $30, champ. He got $175 in prizes. You know what I mean? So yeah, you can go ahead and buy your own TBV gear. You feel me? Like, so yeah, man. I mean, look, I'm not in the pro league. I might have to get in there because I see that's where the action's at. I see y'all calling me, but I feel like Nas just set the standard. I feel like I gotta have a good amateur background before I could go into the pros. I need to come closer to her 29 before I'm ready to get into that pro league. But we got some counter punches to get to, and actually some callers that are popping on. My Gene Bet, what up?
Good morning to you, Mitty. Yeah, man. Shout out to Naija. Congratulations, and to Carlitos. I think he's Dominican. He hasn't said it though.
Get out of here. Nah,
He's African, bro.
I think he's African.
Hey, his name is Carlitos. It could be. I'm baptizing him just so we can get that. But yeah, man. Nah, I already put in my month's pay or whatever for the Pick'em League. I was disappointed with myself. I know I could do better. So yeah, I'm coming for everybody. I think what was it? Third place, Minnie? Something like that.
What? Let me
yes. Let me check. Like, it depends.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
third
No,
place
he's
on
third.
the page on the pro league, right?
Yeah, he was third.
And he's fifth place on the amateur league. So not bad, man.
Nah, listen. You know why you're not bad in the amateur league? Cause you rank right there with me. We in the same spot in the amateur league. So you doing all right. You doing all right. Same amount of points too. See, that's what I'm saying. He can't talk about me. I can't talk about him. But if you behind me, you getting talked about. Simple.
Exactly. Oh yeah, trash.
That's right. Everybody behind me. Joe, you started it and you behind me.
Damn, man, this garlic breath got me going. Shout out to Elvis. Doing it. Ward, man. Ward is starting to like this kid. He was talking really good about him yesterday. But yeah, man. I think I'm with everybody, or we're not with everybody. I'm against everybody with Ramirez. I think he still beats Regis. I think he beats Taylor. I just think he had not a great showing, but I think anybody struggles with Postol. I mean, he's a good fighter. So yeah, but that's my call. I'm out, guys.
Yo, super chat.
Oh,
did you get to the?
I think he's trying to say, TJ's trying to say he want to do a straight up month bet between me and him for 30 plus TBV gear. No, No side bets. No side bets. But
Yeah.
that's
So you read that last one before, right?
His super chat is not a pro, but talking trash, put up or shut up.
Exactly.
Oh, he's telling me I'm not a pro, but talking trash.
Exactly.
So to get in the league, no, my points are universal. That's exactly why I remained an amateur. Because there's people out there that probably don't want to join because like, oh, if I ain't a pro, it don't mean. No, it means everything. You going through the same thing the pro is going through. So you have the same bragging rights as any pro. My points are still the same. I picked the same fights that you picked. You mad? You mad that you got? What do you get? What do you get? Because I can't like if you. Is it 2 syllables at least? What do you get? 1. Who we got? We got. Did we get to King Amin? Yeah. And Born. Boom, boom. All right, so we're going to do some boomerangs. Looks like, uh-oh. You know what time it is.
The champ is here. The champ is here.
Pound for pound.
Red belt, black belt, WO and green. I'm king. Undisputed GOAT, TBE. And you can catch the news first on TBV. Voice of the people now let me speak. Scientists of the sweet, BOXING.
Word, just listening? Shiznix. All right, well, boomerang time. Oh, there it goes.
So you can hear me?
I hear you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I got horrible service, man. I'm on that train home right now. If you can, just come back to me, man. I'm gonna wait till I get off here, so I got a better
No
session.
problem. I'll go to a few boomerangs and come back to you. We're gonna start out with CYP. Someone gave you a boomerang.
Yo, man, I've been trying. Look, I ain't said nothing about y'all pick'em league because that's not. I ain't got time. I don't care. But real Naija Chick was definitely talking to me. I don't understand you. If you had a basketball player in the pregame shooting free throws, his percentage is gonna be way higher than in the game. You ain't even a pro. You ain't even a pro, and you over here bragging. They treat you like that because you're a female. They want to be nice to you. But every betting man knows it's easier to win a game when you're playing on the computer. But put your money up. Everybody bets differently when they put money up. Everybody thinks differently when it's money at stake. Everybody know that. Y'all can sit there and downplay it all you want to. But until y'all start doing real things, y'all ain't gonna get my attention. Get my attention. Everybody go to the pro league. Everybody put that money in. I'll do it then. Everybody. Don't sit back and then and talk about Mario, who in the pro league who didn't do well. I bet you Mario would have done better if he was in the semi league. It's easy to do that when you ain't got the crowd screaming at you. When you ain't got somebody calling you names, trying to make you miss that free throw. Y'all know nothing about being elite, even when it comes to a damn pick'em league. Pick'em! CYP out.
Nah.
I mean,
because it's like if you got money on the line, it affects
Mario.
your psyche.
Negative.
You're more
Mario,
serious when you
that
bet.
makes sense, Mario. That makes sense for real sport, but unfortunately, in that pick'em league, if you're part of the pro league, you're automatically part of the amateur league too.
That's right.
And you're not at top in the amateur league, although you don't have any pressure, right? So, like that doesn't work. For that
No, it's impressive to make the picks, definitely. The bragging rights. All I'm saying is I think I would pick different if I didn't put my money in.
Oh yeah.
Man,
yep.
Whatever.
Look at that. Didn't I get them all right this
words,
week?
Words.
Didn't put no money in.
All I heard from CYP.
I'm trolling.
Listen, all I heard from CYP was wishing the Pick'em League growth. Because he is asking for everyone to sign up to the pro league, so that only makes the next winner greater in prize and in I mean look, if your purse is bigger than mine, you probably doing better, right? So if next month's purse is bigger, then it's important, but it doesn't mean because the money or the value it's the same fights. You can't try to separate it. The way that it was created is beautiful because look, man, we got Christian Fight Fan, we got Eric Cruz. Those guys don't gamble, maybe even Stormbone because he's Muslim doesn't gamble. So this is not gambling. You understand? There's nothing to win in the amateur league. If you want to win a prize, you want to win a medal valued at the pot, wink, wink, then you join the pro league. But you can't.
And you can't blame a lot of the guys too in the amateur league. Like Naija said it early on. She was like, I didn't understand the prize the way that it was constructed, and neither did I either. I just knew that I thought I was just gonna win it no matter what. You know what I'm saying? So like, you don't, if she didn't know, or like, and Steve didn't know, like a lot of these people that were in the amateur league would have been in the pro league if they understood. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you, it's like the wink, wink, and I'm just making reference to that because Ness just did it just right now, right? When we started off, like we said, you'll get like a price valued at the pot. Maybe you get a T-shirt or something. Wink, wink, wink. And then she didn't want to win a T-shirt, basically. She didn't understand that, it would have been the value of the T-shirt. Yeah, she said,
I knew what she was saying. I knew what she was saying
because I don't want
when
to
she said I didn't understand the prize. I knew
me.
exactly what she was saying. I figured that.
And then I
she
told her,
understands.
what T-shirt are you talking about?
Now
the T-shirt that you guys, the T-shirt that you guys talked about on the show. I said, oh, okay, yeah.
So now she understands that if she wins, she'll get a spa day.
Yeah,
she'll receive a coupon for a day at the spa. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the prize of her dreams.
All inclusive paid. You know what I mean? Because it's gonna be the value. The shirt will always be the value. You understand? So, yeah.
You understand.
Oh, but like I think she understood.
But also this has to be said for better clarification, and like everything, it gets better with time, and it did take certain bumps, but there are rules now that are on Patreon that you can just find by clicking the tag Fantasy Pick'em. Boop. I mean, I think it even has the word league, Fantasy Pick'em League tag. You just click that. And it's going to pull up everything that has to do with the Fantasy Picking League. And you'll find the rules. You'll find the leaderboard. So you don't have to say, yo, where I'm at, yo. You know where you at. Because if you let me find you, I'm bragging. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear nothing about, you ain't even pro. I'm bragging. I'm not pro. You pro. But where's my points? Where are your points? Okay. We got a super chat from Naija who says, damn, son. I'm living rent-free in your head. 4 laughing out loud emojis. Hashtag winning. Damn, whatever happened to Charlie Sheen? Some people get phrases to stick, bro. Like winning is a word. Like that's a forever thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because of him. I feel you.
What else is like a forever thing?
Like Tom Cruise jumping on the couch. That's like a forever reference. No, that's probably that was a terrible metaphor.
I'm
wasn't
lost
it?
right now with your forever reference.
Yeah, I don't. What's Damn it.
CYP probably coming back for Naija.
I'm gonna try to be as polite as I possibly can. Okay, Naija, we know you have a crush on me, and that's facts. I didn't mention the Pick'em League at all, boo. I didn't say nothing about it, lady. You were the one who used your call to subliminally talk about me. They thought you was talking about Mario. You could have let it go, but then you let the chat know I'm not talking about Mario. Wink, wink. You look. I know you like me, and you said you only deal with white dudes. So how do you like me? Stop stalking me on Instagram. Quit mentioning me, and I promise you, I'll stop mentioning you. But if not, I'll fly you out here. We can go on a double date. I ain't tripping. CYP out.
Damn, I'll take that ticket. Look, there's been other patrons that visited CYP and they've reported nothing negative and only good. So yeah, he said we go on a double date. I mean, I don't know. Now she's got to find out how many tickets he giving. Is he just flying her? Is he flying her and her date? Because he said double date.
So would you still take it if he was only giving it to you but not your girl?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
like meaning you would have to pay for your girl to come then.
Yeah, exactly, and then that means your trip is still cheaper.
Yeah,
Still
two.
cheaper.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good point.
You still saving that at least. I mean, well, look, I'm thinking my
You
own.
a better partner because I was just thinking, damn, now I got to spend money on my girl. Like,
No, I look at it as total sum of money. I was telling my son that today. You got to look at the total sum of money. So yeah, it would be like, yeah, he's for me. See, I'm thinking for me. I don't know. A ticket from the UK to LA is that's probably a lot more. So for me, automatically when he said that, my brain went into working, and I'm like, damn, that's like $541 easy. You know what I'm saying?
Why, is he talking about the tickets or the value of the tickets? Is he gonna say the value of the ticket? Because I take the value of the ticket. I don't want the ticket. Right?
Yo,
maybe gonna go on a trip somewhere else with the ticket.
Value of the ticket.
Yeah, I'm cool. I've been LA before. I go somewhere else.
All right, let me get to Boomerang. Who was next? Stonebone. Actually, Stonebone and Steve got 704s first. So talk to us, Steve in Chicago. Number 9.
Yeah, you know what you're gonna do for me when I pass you up. You're gonna clip that LL. Don't call it a comeback. That's what you're gonna do for me. You got to remember, I didn't the fights in that first week. So when I pass you up, play that clip for me. So, all right. Now, we're going to get back to this Ramirez. You know, let's not act like Taylor demolished Prograis, okay? That was a close fight. And some people had it a draw. Some people had it going the other. So I don't know where these fans are coming from. Last night they were in your chat. Oh, Taylor's going to destroy Ramirez. Taylor's going to bash Ramirez. Like, slow down, you know. Like, no, that ain't going to happen. It's going to be a close fight. And I'm telling you now, you know, unless I learn other information, I'm probably going to go with Ramirez over Taylor. But, hey, man, I got a question for you and Mario. What do you think is next? And maybe you mentioned it in the show earlier, and I just wasn't paying attention. What is next for Elvis and Barboza? Where do they go next?
You know, I would rather see Elvis move up faster than Barboza. Barboza, for me, is still, I don't know. I feel like Elvis is so dynamic that the rest of it will come. But I think he needs to get in there with the guy that can test him for 10. We just need to see the stamina. We need to see if the power is there in the later rounds. You know, we need to see what that does to him. But for Barboza, I'm good with him moving a little slower right now.
Well, what about you, Ness?
Man, I definitely ain't trying to move my boy fast. And I want to see him, like I said, get a 10-round fight where he can't knock the dude out until he takes him late, unless the dude who we think is supposed to give him 10 rounds, he does knock out early. Then it's like, okay, he showed me his power's real.
All right.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
Oh, shit. Naija got me reading crazy super chats. All right, Steve. Mario, handle that, yo. Why you ain't got that super chat?
She said, oh, damn, for real? All right, I'll do it. This is a super chat from Real Naija Chick. She says, oh, hashtag small dick energy, hashtag rent free, 2 kissy face emojis.
Boomerang.
Yo, why you make... He said, yo, Mario, handle that, bro. Come on, dog.
Boomerang, Stonebone.
What up?
What up?
Yeah, man, I agree with Steve. And Mitty, hey, 2 years later, and that didn't look as good as what Bud did. He did not touch Bud. He didn't scratch him. He didn't do none of that. Knocked him down 3 times in a championship unification bout. So it means something different when you beating a guy who beat up Maciej, and when you beat a champion, it means something different than just beating your normal mandatory. And Ness, it's crazy. Remember a couple weeks ago you had the open-end question like, where's all the guys?
I know.
You had a question like, where all of the Terrence Crawford guys at? And you getting your wish. Look, you just got Jeff Horn. You got Victor Postol. You got Crab and Lobster coming up. Then you're going to be getting Jose.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
it's
look,
Christmas.
but look,
It's
but
Christmas
look, but
for
look.
you, man.
Jeff Horn got retired, and now
Outta here.
And now Postal looking like what? Because I had him losing 116, 112. So
Yeah, I had him down. But this 4 years later, I'm just talking about you. But you was doing a BET. Where are they now? Like wondering are they driving buses or driving cabs now? I just wanted you. I just wanted you to
That's
know
hilarious.
that a couple of them guys, Jeff Horn he brought back boxing with a crowd, 16,000. You know what I mean? Postal brought back a good championship scrap in the bubble. And we're gonna see what Crab and Lobsters can do. And then you're gonna get the King back in November. You're gonna get the King back in November. You're gonna get your childhood sweetheart and Danny versus Earl back. Man, boxing is getting back, man.
Yeah, it is.
And Mitty, one thing real quick, Mitty. You dudes
Yo.
know who Shakur is. Y'all wanted the Josh Warrington fight. Y'all know who our young black prospects and rising stars is. Yeah, you don't got to just wait till they some multiple champion before you know them. Y'all be calling for our young
but
guys
Shakur
because
been
it's
on
a real
TV.
rivalry.
Shakur is a champ. Shakur been on TV.
Listen, but no, not even just Shakur. Teofimo. Competition watches
They all on
competition.
TV.
We don't look at y'all
Teofimo
as
on
much as
TV,
competition
you know,
as much as y'all are
all-
competing with us. That's a fact.
All those guys.
I'll catch y'all in the morning.
Listen, Stonebone, I can read you like, some fights that we had to strike off of the schedule this weekend because we don't know who them dudes are. I even thought that like some of those would be known by Ness and that. So I just said, hey, let's give this a chance, and I'll just give you a name. I'll repeat it again. I don't know who that dude is, but apparently he's from like somewhere in Atlanta. DeAndre Smith versus Cristofer Gonzalez. They told me, hell no, we don't know who they are. Dude been in prison or something like that. You know what I mean? Like those are the type of guys that you see on on some of those fights, right? So I don't know who they are until they're on TV and I've got some kind of exposure for them, man. Come on. Shakur's been on TV from the very start. Teofimo's been on TV from the very start. Elvis Rodriguez been on TV, So now I know them. But before that, who are they? I don't know them. How am I going to find out from them?
We got a counterpunch from CYP.
I try to play nice, but I want y'all to listen to this clearly, because it's factual. Naija Chick says she only dates white dudes, but she calls the big black man small dick energy. Think about what I just said. You talking about my dick size when you like white boys. That's what I be talking about the UK. What y'all say don't make no damn sense. And if anybody wants them screenshots of her stalking me on Instagram just to see my next workout and see what I look like and look at my long, beautiful locks and my beautiful abs and my big old chest, I'll send it to y'all. Naija, I would advise you to leave me alone because you're starting to get inappropriate and I will slaughter you for real. I literally, Ness, I'm serious. I don't want to talk about it no more. I don't want to take it no further than this. Please, Naija, leave me alone. I'm dead serious. CYP out.
Cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it.
My bad, champ. I didn't even mean to hit that because you are always on the stopwatch. I was trying to find the rules. Do any one of you guys have the link for the rules like already from a previous sharing? Because we need to get it to Cruz. See, Cruz is listening to the show, I think, and now he understood that there is an amateur league, that there is no, fees required. And he doesn't consider that gambling, so he's going to join the amateur league. You know what I mean?
Cruz is in the amateur league. He's already done some picks. He's trying to fly under the radar. Cruz got 1 point, bro.
Oh, yeah, but that's why I reached out to him. Honestly, that struck me as weird, and I felt like he made a pick, and then maybe he regretted, like, oh, is this, he's super religious, so it's like, oh, is this gambling? You know what I mean? So I just wanted to reinforce that to him and to anyone who's super religious. I ain't got no quarrels with you. I'm just trying to help you still be part of the league and get your
That's
bragging
why I thought
rights
the
like
amateur
me.
league was it's perfect the way it works.
That's what it was built for. That's what
exactly.
it was built for. I didn't want to just like force people to put money or just to go through things like that. So yeah, man.
Yeah, you don't have to win a prize.
It's open to everyone, man. Let's make it for everyone to play, man.
You could just talk crazy. All right, so we got Stainless trying you again, my pound for pound.
Yo, what's up? Y'all can hear me?
Heck yeah. That was a quick train ride.
I was almost to my stop, man. I got like a little 5 minute stroll, and I'm at the crib. So, man, I only got to see half the fights. I'm gonna watch the rest of them when I get in a minute, man. I just finished another 13-hour workday. Shout out to all my hard workers, whether you're a truck driver, you security, you manager, you entrepreneur. Shout out to you because y'all keep getting it done. I can't really comment on a lot of the fights because I only saw like the Dubois, you know what I'm saying, cards and the Lara cards. I had to go to bed. I had to get up early. So what I'm gonna do instead is talk on the battle that I did see, which was Boxing Bars 14. Yo, man, I don't know who put all that card together. A great battle from everybody that was involved, man. That was an electrified show, man. Y'all playing pickup and all that. Y'all really got me missing Saturdays with y'all, man. That's all I can really say on that. So I'm going to the studio next Friday. So you can just go ahead and play them when I send them to you. Ness, you know what I'm saying? Give me some freestyle submissions since I can't participate right now. Man, it's good to hear y'all voice, man, hear y'all energy. I'm happy to hear everybody still doing good and having a good time. And as I always say, please make sure you push that thumbs up. Share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast because this is TBV for life. And if you ain't on Patreon, you a pendejo. And shout out to El Camino. Peace.
All right. We have. That's it, I think, right? Oh, my Gene Bet Boomerang.
Yo.
Yep.
So real quick on Elvis, the guy that he fought at 147 yesterday. He is a 140 pounder. I hope that they're not trying to move him up in weight because I want him to attempt to dominate 140 first before moving up in weight.
They not moving him up. It was literally 4 people pulled out.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
He looked big, bro. He looked huge as a 147 there. So I can see him moving up quickly, but I just hope it's just not too quick. But in regards to man, I like the UK cards. I think it gives us a chance to really look into these guys. I'm a boxing fan. This is the only sport that I watch. So getting a chance to see these guys and, you know, doing the work and looking them up, I enjoy that part of it. I just don't want to go in and just pick all A sides. Nah, keep on putting those UK cards. I want to be able to study them and actually have a chance to pick them. I think it's fair play. To be honest with you, I think it's fair play. But yeah, man, tremendous show.
Sometimes it's good, man. Like sometimes you get a Luther Clay, Chris Congo, but you know sometimes you don't. You get some bull crap that goes 12 rounds that doesn't really look good. That
It happens everywhere though. Like,
but you get that over here too. You get that over here too. I think
it's not a location thing.
But it's one thing to know your stinker and not like I know Laura, so watching his stinker, at least I know him. Like I don't know some of those guys that to be watching they stinkers like Jesus. You know, I mean, you know, Laura gets your time. Like you know, it's about time. You know, I think my son. What was the phrase you told me about money? Oh, we exchange time for money, and that's the truth. I can't waste time on some of these no names.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
I could just lose, right?
Yeah, you don't have to. If you're not happy with what you're seeing,
I could just not brag that I'm better than y'all. Nah, but I gotta get it right. I'm sorry.
Some people like Majimbe is saying, you know, he wants to see it. And again, like to me, I don't know. We always like sidetrack the argument on something that makes no sense to me. US versus UK or whatever.
That's
if the
never
fighters,
gonna go
if the
away,
fighters
man.
are available, like no matter where they're from, if they're available, if they're shown on TV, I'll watch it. I don't really care where they're from, you know. Like, and maybe that's one thing. But if you're saying, oh, you don't want to watch it because they are from a different country, then that's okay. That's cool. No problem. That's your prerogative, and you can go ahead with that, you know.
Nah, I was interested in watching that Sweden dude. Super chat from Real Naija who says, "Aw, he's hurt. Don't dish it out if you can't take it. 2. Another L for that loser. I should have let Mario read that.
I would have done it justice.
Go
It
ahead.
sounds better or what? I don't know.
Nah, I'm just playing.
I
I
can't
think
find
Do Me
the
Read
rules.
Super
Is that-
Chat's the best.
But that's everybody, I think. Trey gave hers the. Oh, damn, we got callers jumped on. Idris.
No.
And
Okay. Never mind.
And we got
No.
since Seattle, but we're gonna go to Idris, who had hit me up. What's up? You avail?
Yo, Ness. Yes. Ness, real quick, man. You see this PBC? No, what am I talking about? This points thing here that you got going on here. The leaderboard in that year.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, some people miss the first week and they're playing catch up and stuff like that. Yeah, which is obviously their fault. Blah blah. Yeah. So I'm suggesting, yeah, can we do something where if you pick an underdog, you can get 2 points?
Nah, no extra points because listen, it's month to month. So you still get bragging rights this month, champ. You ain't got no excuses.
Okay, yeah, but then there's the overall yearly thing, right?
I mean, overall, yeah, that's all.
The problem with that is just like it's the admin of capturing all those data, right? Yeah, but capturing all this, like finding out how you get 2.4 KO, all those things, underdog, it's not as straightforward. Like all this is calculated automatically.
No, but I think
if you're gonna do all this,
you should get rewarded for actually
that's
voting
cool.
for
That's
an
cool.
underdog.
Who's gonna track that? You know what I mean? Like, so it has to be built in something that can be calculated
No, but
automatically.
I mean, some of them are clear. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I'm talking about the clear
Yo,
ones.
where
like
he's at? Where's he at on the board? This is everybody who got a fantasy pick'em league rule suggestion is a loser. I want to know his stats on the board. What's your name on the board? What's your name on the board,
Hey,
champ?
listen.
What
It's
number are you?
Diplomat.
What
Listen,
number
I
are
see where
you?
I'm at. Yeah, but listen, I missed a week. So here's the thing.
Come on,
No. But listen, it makes sense though. If you pick Formella against Porter and he won, you should get double the points for that. Come on. I'm not saying that
it makes
50-50
sense,
or
but
close
how
ones.
do you compute all this? Like, how do you track it? Who's gonna do
I'm
that?
saying,
I have no problem.
Listen,
If you find a way to do
certain
it,
level
I'll
of
do it.
underdog I'm talking about.
Yo, Idris, I love you. Yo.
Chill, King Born. Respect his call. Respect his call, champ.
Yeah, that's it though, man. King Born, I'll catch you on after this one, innit?
All right. We going to Seattle, Washington. Mr. PB.
Wait, real quick, super chat from TJ. He says, stop skipping my super chats, fam. P.S. You can't sneak this, then say rent-free, Ness. I'm joining the league, bud. Absolutely destroyed Postal facts.
What's
Oh,
sneak
shit. I missed
this?
all them periods. So it was like skipping my super chat, fam. P.S.
CYP.
You can't sneak this. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go. I'm sorry.
He said, you can't sneak this, then say rent-free. Ness, I'm joining the league. Bud absolutely destroyed Postal. Hashtag facts.
What did I sneak this? I don't even know what he's talking about. I'm lost
I don't
right
think
now.
I don't know. I think
That's
I
a lot.
read it right.
That's a
but-
lot packed right there. CYP, you got a counterpunch twice. Our patron Anthony sent you one as well.
Oh, Bro, my girl sitting here trying to find her page. I said, look, you ain't gonna be able to find it. When I clicked on it, it was private. It's still private. She stalked me on my public page with her private page. And I'm trying my best to be a gentleman. I really am on my brother's life. I don't want to treat you like I treat the dudes on here. But you talking more than the dudes on here. Like you literally talking for the UK. You talking for them trolls. So I'm thinking, should I just treat you as if you're like queen of that little mountain? Should I jump off my hill and stomp you? I don't know. But Naija, I mean, let's be real here. Let's be real. You're ugly. You are ugly. And I mean that. You're not giving right be screaming, you're not ready. You're ugly. That's why you're obsessed with me. You're obsessed with me because I am prettier than you.
Champ, so you want him back to back? Because that was one.
Oh, no. She gonna reply.
Okay. All right, so looks like, damn, we lost Mr. PBC. And we do got Stainless, who is a boomerang. Unless you're giving it to Sony, Stainless, because you're on today. You said normally when you're not on, give it to Sony, who's actually not on anyway. So take it or leave
Actually, I think we had missed Real Naija Chick's super
it.
chat.
I got to that. The small.
You did?
Wait. I mean,
No, not that one.
Yeah. The,
you got the other one, right?
The L.
Yes.
I said
okay,
you
cool.
should have read it. Yeah, but I mean you wasn't here.
Yeah, that's
I don't
right.
think.
That's right.
I don't think. So CYP, you do have another one, and you're the last one here. No want it?
Well. Look, everybody who's had an interaction with me or whatever it might be, they know I don't hold no punches. I tell things how it is. I am down for equal rights with women. I love women. I want them to be equal with men. But I do try to hold that back when it comes to the aggressive part because we know they cannot box with gods. You can't do it. But if real Naija, if you want to sign a disclosure that says when it comes to what CYP say and what CYP do, you are down for all the smoke, then send that to Ness and I'll sign it. And you could be a part of that troll killing crew that I always kill every day. They can be led by the ugliest member of the Avengers. You can be the ugliest member of the Avengers with your ugly self. I'm not even gonna say ugly ass because your face ugly. That's all I can see in your ugly avatar. But if you really want beef with me, sign the disclosure and I'll kill you every day like them. If not, let me be a gentleman and apologize to you. Either way, which CYP do you want? CYP out.
Well, that is now up. TJ is there. TJ, what up, champ?
Can you hear me?
We hear you.
Yo, why y'all be skipping out on my super chats, man? Y'all skip over mine and go to the other people. Yeah,
We never do that. What happens is nobody but me can refresh the actual page that shows just the super chat. So Doomy and Mario are reading.
Oh, okay.
They reading out of the comment section. So whenever they miss something, they gotta ask me. I go to the tab, refresh, and I can see them all.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I didn't want to make no accusation. I just was saying. And no, I ain't say you would sneak this, and I was saying because she said she got her call and said whatever. We all knew she was talking about CYP. And then she came back on the super chat and said rent free. And I'm just saying you can't say rent free when you sneak this and that's counterproductive. But yeah, did y'all read my one about Porter beating Usyk and Danny Jacobs?
Absolutely not.
See, y'all ain't remember that one. That's what I mean.
Yeah,
I put in the chat. I'm sorry.
No, that was the one I put it up there when you was talking trash about you being in the amateur league.
It says,
and I was like, that stuff don't matter.
Porter beat Usyk and Jacobs means absolutely nada. I'm still lost. What are you talking about?
Because, see, that's what I'm saying. I got to read them when I be saying it because then it make more sense.
Because he won in the amateurs. He beat them in the amateur league.
You was talking about the amateur thing, and you was like, no, it's still the same competition.
Listen.
Everything else. And I said it's not the same.
It do matter.
Damn, that's a good ass metaphor.
No, that's
not
true.
Yeah.
Check it.
No. Give him the credit.
Listen. I'm not about to cap because you about to see. I've already used that Porter argument in actual pro league debates, right? How many times have I not said, and if you're a Porter fan, you've been listening to the show, you know I've used Porter knocking down Jacobs in the amateurs multiple times. Just like I've had Ken Porter on here, and he went through the whole Porter beating Usyk in the amateurs. So I do use it. Who you beat does matter. It
don't matter on record. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It don't matter. Yeah. That does not matter.
I got what you're saying.
When you go to box record and say your wins, guess what? You don't have Danny Jacobs and Usyk on there on his professional career.
This what you failing to realize. We don't got two different tabs. There isn't a pro box rec and a amateur box rec for the league. There's only one leaderboard, and I'm above you. There's only one. There's only one. I'm above you. That's it.
Please, let me get this.
Oh, you got plenty of time. It's Thursday. Actually, 10 seconds. Just clap, but I got you.
You got me. Thank you. You know I super chat all the time. But look, when the first week we had, I was on vacation with my wife for my anniversary, so I didn't pick that week. Nor did I pick when I came back.
remember I was like, oh, I'm about to send my money in for it. Then I was like, then Info Joe told me, nah, don't even do it because it ain't gonna count towards it. I know you ain't playing music. You hate. I'll holler at y'all later, boy. You was a hater.
I said that's what I said. I said that people didn't know, and Ness knew though. No, Ness knew, and still didn't have it in him to be a pro. It's all right. It's okay.
Mario,
it's all good.
Mario,
do you,
everybody got a sob story, and so do I. I literally forgot to pick the Crocker fight and the Horn fight. I bet you y'all picked those. So I'm not out here crying. That means that I threw y'all 2 catch-up fights. I said 1 for TJ, 1 for Mario. I'm still better than y'all. What don't you get? It's all right. CYP with a counterpunch.
The saddest part about all this whole engagement is that the UK needs a female to say to CYP what they're afraid to say. It's been going on for about a month, maybe, where Big Nick, PC Jacob, Carlitos, George Foster, all the little weirdos, they are afraid to use their voice against me. They pump her up and then put her on a chopping block to get embarrassed and talked about because they can't say it themselves. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. And Naija Chick, I'm done embarrassing you on their behalf. If those men can't say what they got to say, then I'm going to pretend like they ain't saying it. Because all they doing is really using for entertainment. Because there might be 5 or 10 of them laughing, but there's going to be thousands listening, yo. And they all going to hear. You are getting played by the people that you think really deal with you. Those men are grown. Let them call in and say what they got to say. Quit letting them pump you up, yo. CYP out.
What a load of bollocks.
Yo, so... what the fuck?
That was on time, man.
Oh, fuck. It's a waste of fucking money.
You're terrible, man.
I was looking right at Skype as soon as it happened. I seen Ness and I fucking lost it. Oh, shit.
And Doom is not even there. See, who hit that?
Bro.
Yo, Ness GTO, Instagram and Twitter, man. Catch
Yo,
us tomorrow morning.
Catch us tomorrow morning at Martin McGee on Twitter, at Martin McGee on Instagram. Also, it's Monday. If you're a Patreon, that means it's Untitled Day. Yes. Send in your submissions, and we will get to them. And we already got a topic for the morning, by the way. It's super fire. Wait till y'all hear it. Y'all gonna hear it in the morning. Peace.
Yo, yeah. See you, I guess, on Sunday, guys. Like, peace.